Oh my god. Hey everyone, it's favorite rapper Fuzion Tony. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh man, so yeah, today we're gonna be looking at the aftermath of Def Noodles third roast battles. As by the way, I don't think there might be another stream, maybe Def Noodles, but for reactionary, I might be like one of the few that still has my stream up. As Lily, from Do We Know Them with Jesse Smiles and Megan, they decided to private the video as they kind of felt, it was the first time kind of doing it, live as a live stream. It was the first time. They felt it wasn't ready yet, so they decided to make it, private. Bro, I'm on Twitter right now because he decided to post one of his thirst trap pictures and oh my god. Why is dude in his 40s making these poses, bro? Oh, wait, I want to show you guys what Tipster said, because oh my god, it was hilarious. So yeah, as I was saying, I might be one of the few streams that reacted to the third roast battle, as everybody else already forgot about it. But I had to take the sacrifice and watch this, even though we know it's a torture method. I still had to go and go in there. So my thoughts on it were that the jokes still lowbrow, not funny, but it was slightly better because Def Noodles wasn't as involved as the other ones. But his ego couldn't let go, and he decided to mention Neg Diamario. I'm maybe saying that wrong, which was somebody that was in the chat. He's made several videos which I'll try to look at, but he's made several videos talking about Def Noodles and his downfall. Like I said, Jesse Smiles, you guys can see in the corner here, Jesse Smiles, Lily, and Megan, they also were reacting to it, and they actually got more views than Def Noodles. As you guys can see in my live stream, that I was like on Def Noodles chat, but I just got like, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling like his chat, his live stream, as it felt dead. There wasn't any energy. But then I decided, to hop on Lily and Megan's stream, as it was more fun, it was more interactive than Dennis, and she later made his own audience, switch teams, as this guy just started interrupting the show, and like they were saying bad jokes, but it was slightly better without Dennis, being involved. But this guy was holding it in because his ego can't fathom the show going on without him. And then he decided to roast Jesse Smiles and Lily. He said some things, and if you guys know, Def Noodles actually used to support Jesse Smiles when she had her incident, being a victim, and he basically was making fun of her, and yeah, that's when it didn't go so well. I don't know, bro, like, it was just like a weird, thing where he just decided to turn on her after saying, oh, I'm gonna be supporting you throughout, this whole thing, because, I'm somebody that supports victims that, have gone through things. I can't say what it is, but yeah. But now he decides to switch teams, as she decides to ridicule, rightfully so, on him. And this guy was jealous. Oh, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. So yeah, as I was saying, he decided to like make the comedian start dissing Jessie Smiles. Like he had like a picture of her on his phone, and he just went up. Oh, guys, start like roasting her. Like he wanted to roast people in the chat or who were like stream sniping, which she was like the only like major channel along with the other two that were stream sniping this and got more views than Deaf Noodles, which is comical in its own sense. Like, oh my god, that thing was like crazy. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys what Tipster, his tweet was hilarious. By the way, I try not to, show Twitter here because sometimes there's like some really obscene things I can't really show on here. Or, Mother Susan is gonna. He made a tweet about the defamation rules. Hold on. I think I retweeted it. Let me see. Shout out Babs for retweeting it too. Deaf Noodles out here looking like a Backstreet Boys and NSYNC reject. Oh man. Oh my god, this is gold. So yeah, they private it. So can I be like the only one that reacted to this? Ooh. I stayed, for the epilogue and see what their final thoughts were. And I went to the tweets and there was like the Jehovah's Witness meme. Oh man, that is glorious. So yeah, you guys could check this. It's open for everybody to watch. You guys could, comment, leave a like, dislike, whatever you guys may be feeling. Feel free to, to leave some feedback. Oh yeah, dude stole my joke. I gotta show you guys real quick. Like you see the thumbnail here, right? Yeah, like this guy stole my joke. It's not even a joke. So yeah, you guys see here, he, you know, just like tags Gabby Hanna. You know, want to go on a date, and I just said, pretty sure this would be a doomsday scenario. And then, you know, he decides to make this his thumbnail. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're like Amy Schumer, like, for real, but at least she makes me laugh unlike you. Oh, man, I don't even know what's going on. What is going on through this guy's head? And if he has management, are they also, like, snorting up whatever he's having? Like, I don't know, dude. I'm just, like, hella confused. Oh, yeah, by the way, since Evangelina is on here, she was talking about how people steal her content, and she mentioned how she doesn't like people reacting to her videos. She says she understands, you know, the fair use, but she still isn't really a fan of it, but she still allows it. But, you know, I didn't know this, so, you know, I'm not really gonna, like, react to her videos, you know, much respect to her. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to see, yeah, this one from Bills. I didn't see this one. Maybe we could see this one, too. Should we see this one? Because I already saw one with Bills, so let's see.
Def Noodles is a 37-year-old man that pretended to be a cat in a Minecraft house.
I'm a cat in a Minecraft house. I'm a cat. They're accusing this cat of playing a victim.
He's an internet news reporter who often pushes serious allegations that have no credibility behind them.
Just check the tags of the TikTok, which are right there. Hashtag meme. And if in your thick brain you thought to do any research before publishing an extremely serious accusation,
he invites his critics to his super roast battles. Pull up or shut up, pull up or shut up. If you don't show up, you're a massive bitch. And then he shoves them in the back when things don't go his way. He's a stand-up comedian and he's very proud of it, showing people that he reads books on comedy.
Are you from Detroit?
Take a guess.
No.
Bro, speaking of Amanda, well, not speaking, just her being here, she wasn't at the show at all. Apparently, she said she was going to another event, and God bless her, so hopefully she, you know, had a better experience over here than here. Because, oh, God.
Guys, this is the funny stuff. Do you know what's not funny? Losing your wallet. That's why I use Extra. Extra is the world's largest smart wallet brand, creating innovating solutions to improve the way you carry everyday items, and protecting them using RFID blocking materials to prevent your cards from being electronically skimmed. I've never felt so cool just pulling out my wallet. You got this high quality leather, a place to put your picture or some cash, and at the click of a button, you got access to all of your cards. How sweet is this video?
No lube. So what you gonna do? If you number one, shove it up your ass and make it number two.
Oh.
Def Noodles has been a controversial figure over the past year. His main gripe with the commentary community is that we just don't seem to understand his sophisticated level of humor. You see, when we get mad at him for misreporting a story, that's our fault for not understanding the joke.
Like I said, I'm front loading the joke, where I write some like headline or something that kind of contextualizes it in a funny way.
James Charles, if you remember, had some serious accusations against him for knowingly searching out underage fans to hook up with. But there was one thing keeping James innocent. You see, for every allegation that came out against him, James was claiming he didn't know the age or that the kids were lying about their age. So it was seen as a pretty groundbreaking story when Def Noodles posted, "Who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed by a 14-year-old boy who alleges James Charles reached out to him on Instagram DMs asking to add him on Snapchat. Boy informs James he's 14 and James replies, 'How about now?' The video by the 14-year-old was tagged meme, hashtag funny. So it was obviously fake, with the kid later admitting it. But this didn't stop Def from spreading around misinformation. It was made worse seeing that Def Noodles was sourced by news articles when it came to covering the James Charles allegation. Now, messing up one allegation seems bad enough, but this didn't stop Def from doing the same exact thing 1 month later to Jake Paul. Who could have seen this coming? Jake Paul allegedly has an entourage of 14-year-old girls, according to Mike Miljack on Andrew Scholl's podcast. They joke Jake wears 6 watches to time when the girls turn 18. Jake's currently facing allegations he allegedly sexually assaulted a girl. What a funny tweet. He would then post this clip from the podcast as his receipt.
It looked like I was watching the Super Bowl with my fiance alone, and you guys brought 2014-year-olds. You roll with 2014-year-olds.
All Jake Paul, bro.
In thongs.
Got a fucking. Those were mine.
My girl's cooking salmon. Literally, my girl's like, "Why don't you offer him a drink or something like that?" Milk? Do you want to offer him some milk? We can't.
Baby formula.
Literally, how old were these girls?
Dennis conveniently leaves out the answer, so let me just extend that clip just 60 seconds for you.
They're all 21, not even 18 plus. They're all 21.
So when Dennis said he was front-loading the joke here, I'm still not really sure what he means.
Like I said, I'm front loading the joke, where I write some like headline or something that kind of contextualizes it in a funny way. Unfortunately, the way Twitter is, like, there's no room for tone.
What part of this is confusing because of tone? Is it the part where you make it seem like Jake Paul's a pedophile? You purposely cutting out the actual ages of the girls? Dennis got so much backlash for just how reckless his reporting is, he's recently retired from the news. He's gone full-time into comedy. Aww. Which, as it turns out, his comedy lacks about as much context as his news coverage. This is from a comedy roast battle he hosted recently.
You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Dennis, I'm sure that's a hilarious reference to you, but the rest of us don't know who your cousin is.
Are you from Detroit?
Take a guess.
No.
What about Detroit? I don't know. It never comes up again. It's just them awkwardly standing around. Dennis, being the gracious host that he is, then declares the girl the winner because he can't win his own event, guys. That would just be too corny.
Congratulations. The point is I can't fucking win. I can't give myself money. How fucking corny is that?
Dude, you're so humble. The Super Roast Battles is something Dennis is very proud of, but at times it feels like the whole point of him creating them is just to get back at his critics. He'd go on Twitter rants telling people to pull up or shut up. If you don't show up, you essentially confirm you're a massive bitch. The weird part about this is he was charging $15 to get in, even for the YouTubers he invited on.
We're going to start having roast battles. So everybody talking shit right now on the internet, I invite you to come to my office to say it to my face. Pay the $15 to get through the door. And welcome to the roast battle, baby. Let's see if you can survive the heat, bitch.
What an insane proposition. We fly to LA and pay him money to get his channel off the ground. Keep in mind, Def Noodles has stopped doing the news for the most part. Since his YouTube channel has been hemorrhaging subscribers, he's been rapidly losing followers on Twitter, his view count is 10% of what it used to be, and his fans are leaving him because his comedy sucks. They hate it.
You got dimples too. That's what's up.
Yeah. You want to make out?
No.
Who doesn't want this? When creators said they weren't going, Dennis called them out. He'd write, "This is the typical excuse cowards deploy to avoid being confronted for saying reckless shit." Speak for yourself, you're the one of the year's worth of false pedo accusations. Dennis, realizing nobody was gonna show up, would double down, offering to pay for the flight of any YouTuber with over 250,000 subscribers. And when nobody took it, he and his friends declared victory.
So where the trolls at? Where the trolls at? Oh, okay, now nobody want to say nothing.
People are pointing. Nobody pulled up, by the way, and they were talking real tough afterwards.
And he would start to promote the next event in a similar way. Pull up or shut up. Only this time, somebody would answer the call. For the second Super Roast Battle, somebody would indeed pull up. This man was Salvo Pancakes. Def was extremely confident when inviting his critics to the roast battle because it's his fans in the audience, the other comedians are his friends, and it's at his office, so he's in complete control. So Salvo decided to stack the deck in his favor. Him and his friend Red Bar bought all the tickets for Def Noodles' event and filled them with his fans. Dennis, not knowing this, would celebrate. Roast battle is over 50% sold out. Get your tickets before they're gone. Roast battles are almost completely sold out. 80% gone. Second Super Roast Battle is completely sold out. History has been made.
Folks, we have officially sold out of all the tickets to the second Super Roast Battles on September 2nd at 8 p.m. in Hollywood, California. We completely sold out.
Wow, Dennis, that sold out in like an hour. I wonder how that happened. Man, you must be really popular. The day of the roast battle, Salvo would make his presence in LA known by getting random women in the street to call Def Noodles a pedophile.
Fuck Def Noodles, you're a pedophile!
Honestly, the guy deserves it for all the fake shit he's pushed. When the show started, Salvo had the crowd pretty amped up, and Dennis decides to come out and shove Salvo in the back.
Just a reminder that Defamation Noodles has now banned phones.
Why would he do that? This is crazy since earlier in the day, Dennis uploaded a video about wanting a safe event.
I am taking every precaution I can take in the book to ensure that this is a safe event because, as I said, my #1 priority is to guarantee the safety of my guests and the talent.
Bruh, you can't say that and then try and start a fight the instant you come out. Dennis would tweet, "Motherfucker tries to incite a riot in my comedy club. Haters, but he got pushed. These motherfuckers are pathetic. Ayo Salvo, sue me. Let's make all of your friends' behavior public record. All the people who gathered all their evidence of coordinating this incitement. Nobody was rioting. Everybody was sitting down when this happened. What, you're a comedian. You can't handle being heckled? Isn't that what comedians do?" Then you got Def Noodles' friend Steve threatening to fight Salvo on Twitter, getting in his face. And the most frustrating part is that Dennis would act like he didn't expect this. He'd play victim.
This individual had showed up
to
our office in the middle of the day,
banging on the window.
Exactly, banging on the windows, doing all that shit.
He purposely came to disrupt some art entertainment. And
exactly,
like,
right. Which people paid money for.
This is just so dishonest. You knew he was coming. Salvo asked you if he could. You confirmed it. You made the poster of him as the main event against you. You shit-talked everyone all the way up to the event. And then when you're getting roasted at your own roast battle, instead of engaging in the entertainment, you shove him in the back and then hide behind your friend like a coward. You literally got what you asked for. Dennis has been coping so hard about it too. He keeps acting like it was a success. People paid. People paid.
All these people people paid us money to come do that. He filled my pockets with money. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, shout out to him.
You filled our pockets with money. We're out here winning on your hatred. Winning on your hatred.
Bro, you aren't winning just because people paid you. They gave you $15 to end your career. It was the deal of a lifetime. His Super Roast Battle 3 is sitting at 24 likes on Twitter after 2 weeks. Nobody is interested. His own fans have turned on him. His views and subs have been so bad, he's re-entered the news game. Good. I can't wait for the next false pedo allegation.
I knocked James out with one punch. Yep, he had enough to sandwich.
Just a reminder, he didn't want to, like, make the news anymore. And, you know, he says he's contractually obligated, and he's going to make it once a week. So, yeah, this guy's a clown.
I like the idea of what Dennis is going for a lot of the time, but there's no preparation or thought put into any of it, and it's coming at the detriment to his own career. Like, for his first Super Roast Battle, he just has a bunch of random people standing up there who don't really seem like they know each other. He doesn't even provide them prompts or anything, so their roasts are so awkward.
I don't think it's cool that y'all laughed when he came up here, because this is the guy that introduced weed to Shaggy and Scooby.
Elliot looks like his middle name is Rainbow.
I love that she's like responding to everything. That's great.
And then for the second one, he talks a bunch of shit on Twitter and then gets surprised when the event goes upside down. Again, you asked for that. Even his Burning Man documentary has no thought put into it. Again, I think the idea is great. Dennis is gonna go do a Channel 5 style documentary interviewing all these weird and interesting people at an iconic event. The problem is, Dennis doesn't prepare anything, like not even questions, so the interviews are shit.
How you doing? Hey. Is that your
This is Cousin John. Yeah.
That's Cousin John?
Cousin John, yeah.
Hey, Cousin John, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
How's your Burning Man going?
Burning Man is always go great.
That's... wow. How insightful. In fact, I feel like I'm there. Now, it's one thing if Dennis doesn't want to put any effort into his content, whether it's his news show, his comedy shows, or his interviews, but it's an entirely different thing when you make your employees suffer because of it. Dennis had his employee, Tiana, come to Burning Man with him to help him record a video. But when renting the car, Dennis had an expired driver's license and made her pay for the car rental.
Wait like an hour in line for the rental car place. He goes up with an expired driver's license. How are you? I'm sorry, like, well, how did you think you could rent a car with an expired driver's license? So then he's like, you can do it, like me. And they're like, well, the person who, like, rents the car has to put their card down. So I had to put my card down, like a $400 charge on my card.
He then trashes the car.
Middle of the desert, no phone service. He just starts going off-road in the rental car.
This is the direction. And we're just following this. We're getting here like this. So I'm just going straight up off road. We're literally, there's no road. I haven't seen a road. This is all like...
They had no food or water.
I had half a bottle of water with me that entire time. I didn't do a simple Google search, which if you type in Burning Man, you click on the thing, there's a big thing with a survival guide. It tells you that they don't sell food. They don't like buy or sell goods there. So there was no water. I had half my water bottle from the airport. And no food.
We came really awfully prepared for this. I have one bottle of water that I bought at the airport. That's what we have. We have no food. Nothing else. Starting to feel like a bad idea.
We got stuck at one point. I literally thought I was gonna die.
So folks, we almost got stuck at one point. We crossed the river, by the way. There was a dry spot, but it wasn't that dry. And what did you think when we got stuck there, Tiana?
Thought we were gonna die.
Yeah, we're not gonna die though. I'm not gonna let us die. That's the last thing that I want right now. Tiana, are you scared?
Yes.
You're scared?
Yes.
What are you scared of?
Getting stranded and dying.
Tiana understandably quit because of this, and when she would post a TikTok explaining why it was so horrible, Dennis threatened to sue her. Imagine being an old man suing a 22-year-old girl for making a TikTok storytime video where your name isn't even mentioned. Dude, if you put your employee through that shitty of an experience, they should be able to vent that. Make it right. Stop trying to silence her.
I love hentai. It helps me control my rape tendencies.
Dennis is completely self-destructing. It makes me wonder if he's manic or on drugs or something. He has to be hemorrhaging money. I don't know how he affords a staff.
You don't understand. There are a lot of people who are part of this operation. It's not just me, Steven, Arthur. There are a lot of people working behind the scenes who are advising me on shit.
His venue can't be making him much money. Hell, it only holds like 50 people in there. He's got an ongoing lawsuit with Keemstar and is now looking to sue his ex-employee.
But yeah, you can hate me all you want, but you're still fucking watching.
No, they're not. I'm watching because I love a good car crash, but nobody else is. I'm pretty sure Super Roast Battle 3 will be done from Skid Row. Now that has potential. Thank you to Abby Blackbird for helping me make this video. And shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Zombie Fox, Ritter, Christina Vina, Detective Pika, Mac Monkey, Drain Kovac, Boblax, Necro Valley, Stefan Bildman, and the mega homies. Reynolds Hughes, Marissa Lynn, IGP, Hellison, Bald Boy Ajax, Jason Johnson, Your Taxi, Latchkey Goth Boy, Spartan Macau, Free Spirit Katie, Lore Reloaded, Code 9, Papa Gut, and Devin Do Things. These are the people that allow me to make the kind of videos I want to make without having to worry about YouTube's monetization system. I can't thank you enough. Follow me on Twitter, and as always, till next time.
Well, their stomach... Bills.
Hey, San Joaquin Valley.
Thanks to your hard work, our air quality is improving.
By working...
Why are these terrible Deaf Noodles roasts happening when the original comedian's roast battle is down the street at the Comedy Store?
Because no one gives a fuck about the Comedy Store anymore. I am the Omega. I am the future.
I am legacy. This is history in the making. No one in comedy has ever done anything even remotely similar to what I created, period. I am Walt Disney. I'm Shakespeare. I'm Kanye.
Now, Def Noodles has been in a lot of controversy over the past year, and as of recently, has found himself in even more drama. Def Noodles has been talked about by almost everyone on YouTube. If you just take literally 2 seconds to type in his name on the YouTube search engine and scroll, it seems like every channel is talking about Def Noodles. Def Noodles was once a well-respected news channel that was able to release new information about certain topics extremely fast, but then he started to be called out for getting the information wrong about certain subjects, and then he tried to sue Keemstar for defamation of character, but would later lie about a situation that made Papa Gut look like a horrible person. Dennis is a hypocrite who can't take criticism, and this recent stream of controversy leads to Def Noodles losing over 50,000 subscribers over the past couple of months, but we'll talk about that more later on in the video. What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today we talk about why the YouTube community hates Def Noodles, but before we get into the video, we now have merch. I don't want to take up too much of your time speaking about it, but if you want to check it out, look at the merch shelf down below. If you want to buy a shirt or even a sticker to support the channel, that would be awesome, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, Advil is making an appearance later during this video, so stick around for that and subscribe to his channel. Now let's get into the video. Now, Def Noodles created his channel all the way back in October of 2018 and started his content out as a reaction channel that read off memes. In the beginning, his content and reactions were centered around Filipino culture, and he would use his channel as like a show, I guess. Dennis would react to videos that people sent in for him to watch. Just 2 months after creating the Def Noodles channel, Dennis gained over 22,000 subscribers, but told his new fan base that he was taking a break to spend more time with his family throughout the holidays. During the beginning of—
Hold on, I gotta pull up Photoshop. Oh no. Oh god. Wonderful. I got it now.
Dennis's YouTube career, he wouldn't get into too much drama, but that would change when Kavos reviewed his channel. Dennis uploaded a reaction video reacting to Kavos' review, and every little comment that Kavos said, Dennis would back it up and defend himself. He seemed really insecure about his channel, and I believe that Dennis felt like his channel was in jeopardy because of how big Kavos was compared to his channel at the time. 2 uploads after this reaction video, Dennis uploaded a video titled "Kavos Made Me Want to Quit YouTube." The comments from Kavos obviously bothered Dennis to a point that he felt like he wanted to quit YouTube altogether.
I'm just going to have a conversation with you guys because, especially after yesterday's video, I got a lot of feedback. A lot of you guys thought I wasn't being my regular self. I wasn't being like super excited and just animated about how I was reacting. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I've just been kind of sad over the past few days, ever since that whole thing with Kavos where he basically tore my channel apart. I appreciate all the positive feedback I got from all of you. A lot of you had some really kind comments. You know, went on Twitter, were really nice to me. So I definitely really appreciate that. But
I'm making the thumbnail and oh, this is glorious, bro. I gotta do more to this. Oh god, that is gold. I love this. This is so good.
Everything he said has kind of been cycling in my head, and I've been thinking about it and thinking of new ways that I can improve my channel.
The thing is that Calvos' reviews for these channels are always brutally honest. He even admitted and showed examples of how brutal he could be to some of these channel owners. A lot of these channel owners took the criticism and either made content out of it, poking fun at the fact that Calvos didn't like the channel, or they improved on their content. Dennis didn't do either one of those things, and instead he took everything that Calvos said personally and made himself look like a victim when in reality it was a review live stream where the premise was to review channels and be brutally honest. After this, Dennis still created reaction content, but changed his content almost entirely a couple weeks later. Dennis turned into a news commentary channel and covered a lot of the drama that was circulating YouTube during that time. Onision, Nikocado Avocado, and Trisha Paytas were content creators that Dennis made a lot of videos on. This change in content started to be beneficial for Dennis's channel, with every video gaining over 100,000 video views. And Dennis captured.
So yeah, like I said, Calvos basically created him. Papa Gut wounded him. Keemstar owns him and he's destroying himself. That's basically like the timeline.
The respect of the news commentary community. With this respect,
because remember, he made irrelevant news to be a parody of Keemstar, but like he couldn't keep up with it, and it just bit him at the end.
Would slowly fade away. See, Dennis always wanted to be the first content creator to publish a news story, and with that mindset, Dennis published a lot of stories without fact-checking beforehand and would manipulate a story.
What is a public safety power shutoff? When fire threat levels are high, power may be shut off to reduce wildfire risk. The safe
story for his own advantage. Calvos called out Def Noodles in a video titled Def Noodles Disgusting Lies and Slander Exposed, where Calvos exposes Dennis for his manipulation tactics to spin a story to gain views. Calvos talked about the John Swan situation where Dennis called John Swan alt-right multiple times to make it look bad. Calvos shows us later on how Dennis manipulated the Vlog Squad situation by cutting the video short.
Decide to take it upon himself to label John Swan as alt-right. Probably one of the worst things you could label someone on the internet, and something that could absolutely destroy someone's personal life and their career. John Swan did a good job of that on his own, but absolutely does not deserve to be labeled as alt-right. Let's go through the tweets. Totally unexpected. Dream exposes alt.
Yeah, like he keeps doing that to people he doesn't agree with. He just like call them that or other things that are like really serious.
Right commentary YouTuber John Swan and Nicholas Diorio. Dream recaps why he believes alt-right commentary YouTuber John Swan created fake accounts impersonating blank. Breaking news that will most definitely change your life. Dream addresses on Dramala allegations involving alt-right YouTuber John Swan impersonating Dream. Alt-right. I stake my whole reputation on the fact he isn't anything close to alt-right. It's a complete and utter misrepresentation of John Swan's character. It's one of the worst things you could be called. So fucked. And do you want to know what his first defense was? It's only a joke, guys. On his second Twitter account, he posted, when I say alt-right commentator YouTuber, it's joke, but every joke comes from a place of truth. Highly recommend this book for anyone who wants to understand. Ah, yes, king of comedy.
Dennis started to manipulate news stories so that it fit his narrative and helped him grow. The way that Dennis tried to avoid any backlash was by stating that Def Noodles and Dennis are two completely different entities, and that Def Noodles reports news while also being satirical. But if you're trying to be a well-respected drama...
Yeah, like, dude lies so much, and then he tries to use it as an excuse to get away with, you know, accusing people.
Channel, why make it satire? It makes no sense, and people were quick to call out Dennis for the way that he reported on drama as it being a joke so that he didn't get sued. After many times of Def Noodles getting a story wrong or spreading misinformation, Keemstar would jump in and tell Def Noodles that he isn't a good reporter, and eventually tweeted this statement stating, Def Noodles has allegedly groomed girls from ages 12 to 15. Big YouTuber source. Victims are scared of him and wish to stay anonymous but may come forward soon. A year later, after Keemstar tweeted this tweet, Dennis uploaded this video titled, I am suing Keemstar, Amber Heard v Johnny Depp Ghost Fool Clown Show. During this video, Dennis states that he's suing Keemstar for defamation of character. That happened a year ago. He said that it damaged his online image and had a lot of
oh my god. This Photoshop is going well.
Either unsubscribing from him, and with this information also had a lot of big sponsors not sponsor him anymore. In February of 2022, Dennis and Papa Gut went on Zoom to talk about the situation involving the B family and the remarks made to their 15-year-old daughter. The moment the Zoom started to get more in depth was the moment that Dennis made a fool out of himself, calling Papa Gut names and going on the defense for absolutely no reason. After this, Dennis uploaded a video where he apologized for his actions, but that apology was short-lived.
And it was informed by me just feeling like I was going into a hostile environment. Now, did I overshoot literally everything I did in that moment? Yes, I fucked up. I should have taken the time to just, you know, wait and listen and be more patient and hear his side out. But like I said, I was in that mindset that I was like in this really aggressive, hostile environment. because of everything that happened leading up to it. And I just wasn't as open as I should have been in that conversation. And as I typically am in most conversations, I wish I could go back to the moments before all that happened. And I wish I could just calm myself down and think, hey, how about we just go in here and just try to have a positive conversation. And regardless of the direction that it goes, just try to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying. And I want to apologize for everyone who had to see that. I want to apologize to Papa Gut for...
So now he makes the apology, but let it continue. You guys are going to see.
Treating him that way. The name calling as well. I want to apologize for that as well.
On Twitter in July, Def Noodles would post pictures of Papa Gut and made false predatorial accusations towards him. This resulted in Papa Gut going off and eventually jumping on a live stream to react to the tweets.
Necessary social issues, especially as somebody who is a man. I educate young men on not putting young women into situations where they'll take advantage of them, because this is how this happens. These power dynamics are so subtle, and a lot of young men are assaulting women without even realizing it. And it's these really nuanced things. And this is what I'm doing. I'm educating a group of young men on being good young men. What the fuck are you doing? You're trying to deplatform me. Why? Because I upset you? I hurt your feelings? Why? Because you know that at the end of the day, I'm the direct fucking person to point to for your deplatforming as a fucking content creator.
Oh, I'm not laughing at this. I'm sorry. This is what Papa Gut talks here is actually serious.
Because you fucked with me. This isn't a game to me, Dennis. This is.
So yeah, like after debating, like Dennis made the joke again. Like after he understood what the meaning of Papa Gut's the reference he was making on Andres Lopez. Like, the reference he was making on him, like, Def Noodles acted like he didn't know who Papa Gut was, as he already, like, debated with him before. And he's acting like he doesn't know him, and he decides, you know, just to do this joke, because he was jealous because Ethan was, you know, showing some love to Papa Gut, and Def Noodles, you know, he doesn't want to, he doesn't want anybody else, you know, for his dad to give attention to.
This is real to me, Dennis. This fucks me up every single time that I've engaged in talking about some kind of a sexual assault, or I listen to somebody tell me about their sexual assault, or I try to deplatform a content creator about these horrible fucking things that they do. Do you know what I do, Dennis? Do you know what I've been doing for the past 2 years every time I deal with this, Dennis? I chain smoke and I eat like garbage, and it's not an excuse to do it, but like I was a little healthier before this. I don't like to tell people this, because who the fuck am I? These people are telling me their real stories, and I'm complaining about getting stressed from hearing them or trying to deplatform people. It's not even close to the amount of stress that they deal with, but that's the impact it has on me. So I don't talk about it, because it's stupid and it's unfair to those people, because they shouldn't have to feel guilt for me getting upset, listening to their stories and trying to do something about it, because I'm not hurting in any way, even close to them.
After this, Dennis made a shirt with Papa Gut crying, and people went off on Dennis because he was being insensitive of why Papa Gut was upset. In a later video, Dennis stated that the shirt was meant to just be a grown man crying on the internet, nothing more and nothing less, and how he hadn't seen Papa Gut's reaction to the tweets, and how he only saw a small clip, and that clip was of Papa Gut crying. Here's parts of Dennis's video.
As far as putting a picture of Papa Gut crying on a t-shirt, I explained this as well on the Twitter space, but here is the abridged version. I saw a short clip of him crying dramatically on his stream. I was in my office. Everyone was confused why this grown-ass man was crying on the internet after someone said they looked like a pedophile. We thought it was humorous that anything of the sort would even happen. So I got a screenshot, and I put it on a t-shirt. That's it. It was meant to be a grown man crying on a internet t-shirt. Nothing more.
Oh my God.
Nothing less. Later, during the Twitter space, Papa Gut said that he was actually crying because of his wife's essay. Now, as I said, I had no idea because I don't watch his videos.
This was just the start of people going after Dennis for his really bad takes and his really bad judgment online. During this controversy, Dennis announced his roast battles that he was hosting at his comedy club. I think it was called like Pull Up or Shut Up, something like that. And before the very first roast battle, Salvo Pancakes would show up early to the comedy club, but was locked out, and Dennis wasn't there or wouldn't enter the door. Salvo noticed the security cameras and started to curse out Dennis. Dennis later...
Pros need to finish the job on time and on budget. Lowe's has the appliances pros need, including the largest selection of
made a video saying that his life was threatened from Salvo Pancakes pulling up to the comedy club before it was open. Here's Advil to talk about the Salvo situation.
What's up, it's Advil, and today I'm going to be talking about Def Noodles beating up and destroying Salvo Pancakes.
Was Edwin? I think that's Edwin. Oh God, look what I created. This is scary. Oh my God, that's the thumbnail, by the way.
If you don't know who any of those people are, I just had a bunch of word vomit all over your screen, so let me back up and explain. So Def Noodles claims to be a comedian. He loves talking about how he's a comedian and everything he does is just comedy. So to prove that he actually is a comedian, he held a roast battle where he would get special guests to come in and they would roast each other, kind of like 8 Mile, except worse. And so it was heavily criticized and just called really cringe by a lot of people. That includes pretty much everyone in the commentary community, Moist Critical, and this guy named Salvo Pancakes. Salvo is someone who is a part of the commentary community and is if I had to describe him in one word, very out there in terms of the way he handles things. But he is very good at what he does. He's able to draw out things that you probably wouldn't know about your favorite creators. So when Dennis, aka Def Noodles, announced that he was doing a second roast battle, Salvo pounced on the opportunity, immediately challenged him to be in it. And he said, I will buy the ticket and fly out myself just to roast you. And so the day of the roast battle comes, the second one. And before Dennis even was there, Salvo decided to get the audience ready, chanting something. I still don't know what it is. Not a lot of people know what it is, but he started chanting stuff and getting the crowd excited for the epic roast battle with Def Noodles. And so when Def eventually comes out, he shoves Salvo with the force of Zeus, breaking his collarbone and his spleen, basically crippling Salvo. This is what he looked like before, this is what he looks like now. And so after this came out, people were very furious at Def Noodles, saying that you assaulted him, and it was just a massive blowback for the entire thing. And what Def did was he took all this publicity and announced the third one. He's doing another one, baby. My vote is for Bill to go down there and just beat his ass. Oh, by the way, subscribe to me. You better look at the description for my channel.
Don't forget to subscribe to Advil. After this situation, Def Noodles would end up getting swatted, and then he would get banned off of Twitch for having a girl show her boobs during his podcast. Dennis is a drama channel that used satire to mask any criticism against him. But as well as being a drama channel, Dennis also wants to be a comedian. Multiple times throughout the debate with Papa Gut, he stated that he was a comedian and that the Def Noodles channel was a comedy show. Def Noodles is the result of a content creator who originally wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but took off as a drama channel when he changed his content up. Now, it does seem like Def Noodles is playing into this newfound hate towards him. He tells people to stop viewing his content if they don't like him, and how he doesn't care about anyone's opinions on him. The YouTube community hates Dennis because he comes off as a jerk who only cares about himself. He never cared about the news that he broke on Twitter. He only cared that he was the first one to release a story. Dennis has a massive ego, and you could tell just how insecure he is when someone tells him that he's unfunny. But let me know if you think that Dennis is insecure in the comments below, or if Dennis is actually—
Oh yeah, without a doubt, very insecure. Okay, I got the thumbnail now.
If you made it this far, that means you've made it to the end of the video. If you want to give me suggestions for a content creator that I should look at in the future, let me know by either sending me a DM on Instagram, or you could go to—
Alright guys, I'm gonna be right back. So yeah, I don't know, like, if anybody else, like, it's just going, you know, the events. I'm part of the subreddit, don't worry about that. Nick D. Ramio? Did he talk about it? Oh no, he didn't talk about it. Oh, shout out Pearl. I guess we could look at the show. Like, this thing was like hella.
Goddamn. Okay, gotta watch where you turn. Okay, I'm trying to see who's all actually here for the roast battle so we can get this shit started. So, do we got JP in this bitch?
She keeps her towel on. You guys look like you go to new beaches to hide in the bushes with binoculars.
What is going on?
They look like they won't buy a pet unless it's purebred, and that goes for Elliot when he buys a person too. 10 seconds.
Apparently they had judges too that told them their comedy jokes, but like I don't even know. Went for an hour and 15 minutes this time.
All right, we're gonna keep this shit going. Keep this shit roasting. Super roast battle number 3. Shit, we got Yimma in the house. So Yimma, give a round of applause for Yimma and Kevin.
Oh, yeah, here's defamation.
I have to turn down this mic because it's getting echo. Turn down the what? Why do I see your kids for, dude? Is this Google? How's you on Google? Jesse Smiles for.
Yeah, this one never roasting Jesse Smiles.
Mario Rodriguez has licked more toads and eaten more mushrooms than Mario, and he's also lost way more bitches.
It's your all white, right?
All right, that's the super roast battle. Give it up for you.
All right, real quick, before we go to voting, you guys gonna roast Jesse for a second, and then you're gonna roast Lily afterwards? Meanwhile, I'm gonna grab my phone real quick. I have to turn down this mic because it's getting echo.
Turn down the what?
Why do I see your kids for, dude? Is this Google? How's you on Google? Jesse Smiles? First off, get a real name. I don't know. If you see her, she has total horse girl energy. No offense. You know what I mean? No offense. Yeah.
I want to roast Jesse Smiles, but I'm 90% sure she'll already press charges.
Yeah.
Funny of Steven to say that when Dev Noodles is over here throwing lawsuits like for like the smallest hint of criticism or jokes thrown on him. So Steven lacks so much self-awareness in that part.
Hey, I'll swipe right on my Tinder. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Pussy dry pussy right there. You know what I mean? You know, she likes Limp Bizkit. That's how you know it. You know what I mean? All right, that's it for that.
What the heck, dude? This guy's so insecure. Like, he decides to interrupt the show just to, like, roast people. Like, come on. And then Jesse made the chat, you know, switch teams and diss Death Noodles, dude.
We're gonna roast our friend who's also stream sniping, Lily, afterwards. So, all right, cool. Well, let's get to the judges, man.
Roasting women, let's go. You know what I mean? Let's
Wait,
Go all the way into her profile. Let's find out about her if we're gonna do it. Like,
Are you guys in coke? Are you guys in coke? Right?
Oh my God.
What have we done?
All right, let's.
Oh god, this is so awkward, dude. Come on. That's where defamation comes in. Hold on.
Right, when you not, it's something that you build up to, right? All right, damn it. Dennis trying to buy a belt every week. Dennis gonna buy a belt every. Flying by the seat of my pants. So yeah, let's just go. All right, heads or tails?
Tails. Always.
Alright, this is like the fake Chris D'Elia. Where is it where Corey is, where's Mr. Defamation?
We right there. We right. Thank y'all for vibing out with us. We get this shit together. Where is he? Hey yo. Not the word. Yeah.
That's actually the greatest thing anyone's ever said to me. So thank you. Thank you. Corey, I don't.
Where's the part where they diss Lily?
Hold on, man. Let me do something real quick.
Uh-oh. 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 Yo. This nigga about to be a meme. What is going on? Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Super roast battle! All right, Corey, it's on you.
The first time I saw Los Digits put his mask on, I was like, damn, I like Rey Mysterio too. But then he pulled his mask down and I was like, oh, this nigga just like the cellmate from Ant-Man. I love Michael Payne.
Bro, the reason Corey has a ski mask is, since we already saw him assault somebody, he's gonna try to cover up any other assaults.
We're gonna get this second to last battle going. Hey, I just want to shout out to the chat. They're all doing hashtag Drive for Death. Shout out to you. Oh, perfect. We should make t-shirts. Yeah. I survived the super roast battle. No, I survived. Yeah, by the way, oh, he just stepped out. Yellow Swag Studio, shout out to him. He made a shirt. He just stepped out. Yeah, he was right here. I survived the Death Noodles roast battle, so get him.
They're popping.
Yeah.
Hot in the streets.
By the way, yeah, perfect timing. Yeah. Well, tell him that we told him. Yeah, we plugged the shirt. All right, everybody get Drive for Death right now.
Drive for Death. Hashtag Drive for Death. All right, let's bring up the next battle. You guys ready? Give a round of applause for yourself and everybody you've seen tonight. All right, for your next contender here for the Super Roast Battle. He's returning here again. Give a round of applause for Los Digits. Clap it up, clap it up. Super Roast, it's on you, Los.
Hey, yo. Corey is sweating not from the heat. It's from the meat.
All right, Corey.
But I'm mad. Sometimes his pose was funnier than his jokes, nigga.
Stop talking about yourself. What?
All right, wait. Yo, Okay, hold on. There's another person who's stream sniping. This is Lily Marston. So do a kind roast to her, in her honor, since she's watching.
Yo, you look like Marilyn Monroe after she died. It's like story time, dog.
This looks like another white woman I don't know. I'm so sorry, straight.
This wasn't even a joke. This was actually just a statement, dude.
Y'all be making up white women.
Nice talking to your mom. She look like Martha Stewart is, fool.
All right, shit. That was what I expected it to be. Yes.
Like, even Steven is tired of it, bro. Come on, even Steven. Letting Steven run this made it so much better. Most of the comics still suck, but damn, my dude Steven out here trying to make it good. Honestly, I gave you guys my criticism of Steven, but if we like leave out all the bragging and saying, oh, this is gonna be fire, oh, it's gonna be the best thing ever, and we just look at the effort put, it's actually not that bad as before. You know, it's kind of picking up, but you know, still don't want to give it too much. I really don't want to give it too much. How can I say? Too much praise, because then it's gonna go, you know, make their egos get inflated again, and they're gonna act like this is like the best thing ever. And you know, I'm just saying it's slightly getting better, but you know, I don't want to go too far into that one. A real one, respect. How can Def suck so bad? It's mind-boggling. You tell me. If a roaster admits he's got no jokes, he's lost automatically. Yeah, pretty much. The part where they're looking for mics reminded me of a group of kids making a presentation in front of the class that they prepared 15 minutes before. Everyone but Defamation Dennis was actually pretty entertaining, but holy, Def killed the vibe every time he brought up chat or haters online. So awkward, but I think if Def wasn't in the show, it would have been a lot better. Bro, just because somebody agrees with you doesn't make them a hater. Why do you got like your fans like washed up in this idea that they just want you to be, you know, accountable? Like, that's not hating, bro. Like, we all gotta do it. We all gotta better ourselves, but you're over here like acting like you can't do no wrong. Dennis is so unfunny, even the mics upstaged him. He brought out the chat whenever someone brilliant came on stage and the crowd was cheering for them. He was both jealous and afraid because his jokes are kindergarten level. Then he made them roast someone from the chats because he wanted them to tank as bad as he was about to. His only jokes was him trying to set them up for failure, but still rolled with them punches and did the opposite. Yeah. Like I said, they ended up getting more viewers than Def. And, you know, they kept retaliating with the hashtags and Twitter and whatnot. Steven needs to continue exactly what he did hosting. He did great. It was alright. Like I said, I don't want to give it too much praise, because then Steven, you know, gets lost in the sauce and he tries to act like Def. Not as bad as Def, but kind of like Def, if that makes any sense. You can really tell Steven is over talking about internet drama and wants to do comedy podcasts, comedy shows to discuss comedy and not petty nonsense, but defamation cannot stop himself. It's either weird or when you realize Steven does 99% of the work. If Def didn't provide financial support, he would contribute nothing besides causing more followers to leave. Yeah. Damn, 3 minutes in, and I think the first dude almost got close to an actual joke. The guy need props on the hand for these shows. The audience is falling asleep for reals. Roll a damn tumbleweed across the stage or play crickets over the PA. Now that would be funny. So embarrassing, defamation, Dennis. Don't force the crowd to cheer for you. Like, this guy's so insecure, he needs like the crowd to like cheer for him. Come on, dude. Dennis looks like Pringles that people eat but never finishes. Steven in the comic starts to get a flow again. Defamation interrupts his. The show is better than the previous fest. Def ends it with the unfunniest garbage ever. Defamation then is having a mic the whole time is so incredibly strange and telling of what this is. Dennis built himself a playroom where he forces his friends to play a comedy club with him and insists to be the comedian every single time and won't share the mic. So embarrassing. It's my show. That's what he said. He said, it's my show. My show. I get to do whatever I want. But he tried to follow the advice, to not host, but he can't help himself because his ego is hella inflated. Oh my god. Defamation Dennis. Let me derail everything happening every 5 minutes to address chat, which is only used for trolling. This entire roast battle be like, everyone focused on the roast battle. Dennis, allow me to interrupt this program to tell you about one of my haters. Why do I get the feeling Def will turn on Steven when things get obviously... Wait, I'm sorry. Why do I get the feeling Def will turn on Steven when things get more obvious he is carrying him? Ooh, I feel like that's gonna happen. Like, we already saw the crack. Emphasis on crack. We already saw him kind of like, saying, like, you shouldn't be hosting the show. And Defamation's like, but this is my show, I'm supposed to. So yeah, it kind of like, says a lot. Because you're a real one. Because it's inevitable. Yeah, it is really inevitable. I feel like it's going to happen. And we already saw with Tiana, and Steven was saying how, his experience with Tiana was great. So what does that say? Don't mix your business with your personal life. If you may have something good in store with your club, your sabotage of your show by your chat obsession and constant need to defend yourself. You took time for your show to give all the attention to a troll, my dude. See it, man. See it. He's not gonna see it because he's insecure. Red bar! Okay, I'm gonna watch the red bar next as well. We on defamation rules, bro. FC, is this Mike David? So apparently, I want to see this. Apparently, Mike David explained how he set up the whole troll with Salvo. Okay, the event as a whole was actually not too bad. Levels above the other two. Yeah, right. That's true. Things seem more stable and not, show. The highlight was definitely Corey versus Digits. Yeah, I think, I know I made jokes on Digits, but I think he actually, improved. And Corey, basically, I know I don't want to give him too much props because we know that he assaulted somebody outside. Allegedly, but the camera, shows it, and somebody's like, Corey, stop. So, what does that say? The highlight was definitely Corey versus Digits. Great flow between the two, and not many awkward silences. The judge fed off that too and made it enjoyable. The low light by far was Defamation Dennis himself. Disrupted the momentum every time to bring up people to chat. Why? Everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves until he brought that up. The show just needs a bit more organizing. Judge intros, maybe a little intro to show how the show will work, how many battles there will be, and I guess who and how those battlers will be in the running for the belt. And maybe, just maybe, no Dennis. But this is my show. I can't have the show without me. By the way, yes, I'm gonna stream select the fourth one. I don't know if he's gonna see it. He already stole my joke, so he probably will. I don't understand how he can sleep at night after repeatedly embarrassing himself like this. Yeah. Wait. I thought defamation said no phones, so what is this? Well, okay, his old blog post revealed that he was Jeff, you can't keep saying you're a comedian, then keep forfeiting. He just had to embarrass himself at the end. Just let Steven run it. Why would you not prepare a single joke? That's ridiculous, bro. Obviously, comedy's not your forte. And even if you prepared it, I still bet it would be 100% cringe. Yeah, it would be. I think the whole not preparing thing is just a cop-out. He said he's gonna just wing it. He literally said at the end, he's like, oh, we're gonna, keep doing this until it runs dry. That's what he said. I think, yeah, like I said, Steven is much of a better host than Defamation Dennis. Corey is wondering why everyone is making fun of him. He just showed up for the roast. So yeah, everybody just, is going off defamation. Rightfully so, because I think, I want to give it a chance, if they could just, stop going for the low-hanging fruit and actually make well-written jokes, I think it could go somewhere. But I feel like right now, it just is what it is, and they're just, winging it. Alright, so yeah, let's watch, Mike David. Actually, I gotta take another break. I'll be right back. Mike, David.
Obsessed with crappy comedy shows and watching people do it all wrong, and I've been a big stickler and very strict. So he holds the first roast battle, and it was the absolute worst show I've ever seen. Yeah, it was the lowest level of low life you could put on a stage, and a lot of scenes have these.
Most of them wouldn't dare live stream them.
Yes, exactly. They're going to trick you into thinking that these are comics. See, what happens here, and somebody made a good point on the Bring Back group, what these low-level comics do is they'll do open mics at places like the Improv. You know, the Improv in Hollywood lets anybody show up, put their name in the hat or whatever, sign up for the open mic list, and then a person, an actual homeless person off the street could be on stage in front of that beautiful Improv logo doing comedy. As soon as they get that picture, or as soon as it happened, they're a comedian. They work the Improv. They're a comic. Look at, here's proof of them. You know, it reminded me at the Red Bar Comedy Club, we had no open mic, to the detriment of our club. You know, the only reason comedy clubs have open mics to begin with is to pay the bills on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Nobody's coming out on Monday or Tuesday to spend money on booze to watch comedy. So, but they have a business, right? They need to fill those seats and pay those bills somehow. So what they do is they tell every lunatic in LA, hey, come out to the open mic. And then hundreds of these psychos, these low-level, low-life scumbum psychos come out, and they all bring 4 friends, and they all pretend that they're doing comedy for the night. Those types of comedians are the exact comedians that Deaf Noodles has found, and they've all started this delusion. And you know, the delusion is so typical. This is, you know, what I really wanted to share. This deluded group of, yeah, we're comics, and they're talking about comedy just like the big boys talk about comedy on their podcasts. They've seen all the podcasts. They've seen how the adults who really do comedy, or try to, talk about it, and they just emulate it. They just pretend that they're the same. So that big Corey bitch tits, the big black fat guy Corey, I mean, he only gets those open mic spots, those guest spots, you know, but he walks around and there's a whole group of them, and they all kind of lie to each other, and they all kind of pretend that. So that's what's going on. Did you say you sent me a link to that first one? And we'll just show you your mics.
LA, are you ready?
We'll show you the first one real quick. And this is what got my gears going, okay? And this will just be really quick. We couldn't believe it. And this starts right at the beginning, Jules?
Yeah, I don't have codes for it.
But it's okay, but it starts, it's without, it sans 20-minute intro?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, great. Here it is, the first roast battle. This is what got my gears all greased.
All right, LA, are you ready? You ready? Hey, Steven, I don't think these motherfuckers are ready. Speaking to the mic,
so we're already,
are y'all ready?
You know, we're shocked. I mean, he was bragging about this for months, talking about how epic it would be, bragging about how, you know, the work he put into this. And to me, I mean, it's what I live for. Look at this. You've got a crooked projector, all off access. Half of it ain't hitting the screen. The sound doesn't work. You got these insane lighting rigs where they've taken 8 or 9 tripods and extended them down. They're using, you know, the cheapest Amazon video lights you could find. And what's so great about these is they require screw-in 100-watt bulbs. Okay, these are the old school fixtures. They take 4 giant 120-watt bulbs. And those things, it's like setting off 4 hair dryers each fixture. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fixtures with 4 bulbs each. 120 degrees in LA, no air conditioning. So he's in the back of this rinky-dink office, no AC, 120 degrees, seats 30 people, but he's cramming
rinky-dink office. Yeah, bro, that's a baller phrase.
50 or 60 in there. He's got these hanging light fixtures that reach, again, imagine if you lit up 4 hair dryers each. So you got about 16 to 20 lit Dysons pumping out extra hot into the air. I mean, people are sweating. They're sobbing with sweat as they sit down.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely see, like, the sweat. Like, oh, my God. And that AC is so moldy, dude.
I mean, the place is erect, so this excited me.
There's a funny lighting-related moment. I just remembered it about 1 minute and 10 seconds
okay,
in.
So let's see this 1:10.
Just to show you.
Here, let's just roll it. We'll show you a little bit. This is, again, what got us the first erection.
Hey! Okay, I don't know about this. I don't think we can do the show anymore. This guy's like, they're all asleep.
They're all asleep. So this was, again, this is the first roast battle. It compares, doesn't hold a candle to the second one, and this was enough for me to jump for joy. I mean, this was big, right? The lights aren't working. The crowd is hot. They're tired. And remember, he was bragging. There wasn't a humble word said for months leading up to this. I mean, he was really, you saw that pronunciation of the word bitch, how brutal that was. So it's been like that. It's been pull up or shut up. It's been I'm a comedian. I know comedy. Wait till you see my club. And then we get this.
Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't even hear it. What do you, did somebody yell something?
Celebration.
Oh, it's the WeChat. That's the WeChat.
This is happening.
WeChat. By the way, folks, you can
we'll let him take the stage, then we'll move forward.
Just in case you're curious. Anyway, are you ready? All right.
So for this was the first one. And again, there might have been 15 people there. There might have been 6 people there that weren't his comedians or friends or family. He took his parents to this. His parents came out, Warner Brothers executives. Uh-oh. His parents came out to watch. He thought this was going to be a big, big night.
Let's get this show rolling. Of course it didn't work. Hold up. Didn't work. Give me a second, folks. This is the first time I'm doing this, okay? Give me a break.
Y'all know the name. You want to be green, this shit, inebriated. Straight from your original plan, you deviated out of it.
Okay. I'm not pausing or anything. This is really what's happening.
Murphy's Law. Hey, Steven, turn on the lights.
This is a good part.
Look at this. Steven, turn on the lights.
This is going to be amazing.
Nobody could hear him. He's not talking in the right mic. Ooh. Feedback, folks, just like a film. So imagine you're watching your enemy. Everything's happening as you've wished. You're me. You've been hating this guy for years. You want this to happen, and it's all happening, and now we're getting feedback, like in the movies where something. I didn't know that actually happened. I used to criticize movies. I go, just because someone's bombing doesn't mean feedback comes out of the auditorium. Well, I guess it does. When you're doing so poorly, the mic feedback's like a show. Isn't that cool? Watch this. Ooh. Look at this. This is the opening of his big first event. I'm just gonna play as is. There we go. Now all the house lights are on, right?
Yes.
So they've turned on all the house lights. You can see the place now, beautifully done.
Steven, turn on the lights, and he flicks on just the light switch.
So by now, all of you know this room. Now, what's interesting, ceiling fan here. Remember, no AC, but they do have some ceiling fans. Not turned on. And what's even better is Death Noodles thought those ceiling fans looked lame. So you know what he had them do? Pull them out. So the second roast battle didn't even have fans installed. Not one fan in the room, except for Redburn. Okay, so this is the first one. It was a disaster. Lights going on and on. I mean, really, it couldn't have been better. Okay, and then not only that, but, you know, all the bragging of him being a great comedian, it's his turn to roast, right? So we'll just show you.
1 hour, I guess.
Yeah, we'll show you that. So his whole thing is that he's a roasting machine, and when you finally see him do his comedy, we'll all understand, and then we'll leave him alone, right? So here he is, the first roast, and he's up against this beautiful Miranda Meadows. She's become a star. One of the most hated people out of this whole thing is this messy...
I heard from Adam McIntyre that she stinks.
Look at her. This is Miranda Meadows. She's awful. You'll see. I don't have to really explain. She's one of the low-life type of comics that we had in the Chicago scene that I would... dismiss. I'd never allow them on my shows. I'd never allow them at the club. And they would start hating me for this. I was a big enemy of the low light. A lot of people like to be friendly with them, not me. I hate when the psychos think they could play with the non-psychos. Turns out they were all psychos except for me, though. Okay, here's Death Noodles' first roast. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll show you why we bombarded him. This is it. It's playing. His mic is not working again. I mean, you saw how hard I would go in and kill Tony for the audio. Remember, Brian Redband fixed the audio.
Like I owe Tony an apology now.
I mean,
Tony's a god.
Kill Tony is a beautifully shot
gorgeous
film.
Production.
Yeah, compared to this. So the mics aren't on. Miranda Meadows is up there. This beautiful lesbo, this bisexual person. Watch this.
TOS. Okay, we're back. All right,
I'll zoom in a little bit.
It's you and me. It's you and me. I'm like the meanest guy on the internet right now. People,
first roast.
We're roasting.
What, Key and Peele is taking over this. Okay, I already fucking
first roast.
wearing that dare shirt because you're like, I dare you to run away from me.
PU, right, guys?
And she's supposed to be, he's slated her as like the headliner. So she's roasting him last. She actually wins this roast battle, okay? But he's slating her as like the top comedian, and in their little low-life, low-level scene, she's like the leader, okay? So that's how you gotta know. She's leadership within this fake, homeless, psychotic scene of comedians. Watch this.
Carrot Top called, what's his look back?
You love it? Funny. And listen to the Now again, what you're witnessing is Dennis's first, this isn't after hours of him screaming and already, no. This was after months of him telling people he was going to destroy them. So of course we couldn't believe our eyes. The internet couldn't believe their eyes. Believe it or not, this was covered by hundreds of YouTubers. It was even trending this first week. This isn't the one we went to. This is the first one. It was trending. Believe it or not, whether or not you've heard of them, whether or not you think this is just some low-level stuff, this was big. People were watching, and this turned into, everybody was covering it. People couldn't believe it. I'll play a little bit more, and then we'll show you how we got involved.
Cat got your tongue?
No, you nah. You look like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably.
That's his comeback. Probably.
Bitch,
Wait, touch your dish?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something.
You ever seen anyone like that?
This is the Tony Lopez.
That Meadows.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at your teeth because I just can't.
Tim Meadows' daughter.
You see that movie Ed with the horse with big teeth?
I don't have that big of teeth. I mean, you're just like fishing for something now. You look like emo Shaggy.
Emo Shaggy.
Ooh, this is bad.
That shirt's too small for you, low key.
I don't understand how the holes on your knees, on your pants. Because you don't go down, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah?
I do. You can go down on bitches. What? Do you not know that? Again, that's Noodles, because he's never had a girl with a wet pussy. Okay.
Oh, everything's wet pussy, this, wet pussy. So that's basically it. The whole internet made fun of him. But you know what? The part that really got us here, maybe if he would have done this and then kind of humbled up and backed off the net and stopped telling everybody that he's an amazing comedian, maybe we would lose interest. But no, he came back harder than before, saying that this was a huge success. It was hilarious. The people in the crowd loved it and started to challenge YouTubers out there. If you want to talk shit, pull up. Come on down. You want to sit there and talk shit? You come. Roast me. We'll see how it goes. So we came up with this idea that we would send Salvo out to Los Angeles to where I've been wanting to do this. I just like setting things up. I used to set up events and stuff. It was very fun for me to just set up an event, So I said, Salvo, if you'd like to go to LA to roast Death Noodles, roast, and we put that in quotes every time because we're not going to, ever since since we started discussing this, it was never going to be a roast.
No one's interested in participating in stand-up comedy.
Exactly. This is completely gay. To us, stand-up is just a no-no, no matter who you are. But we thought it would be funny if we could come up with a list of all Death Noodles and the Klein's crimes. This was our original plan. Let's make a simple list from, of the worst stuff Death Noodles has done, the worst stuff the Kleins have done, and then when you come on stage, just read the list, and that way we'll get to finally confront this guy and have him answer to all the crimes that we've been, screaming at our phone screens about for the last year. We thought, okay, let's do it. And Salvo agreed. And we started from there. We go, let's build this out. What can we do? What would make this funnier? And what really brought this thing together was this idea we had to sell the tickets to our own audience. Okay. And how great will this be? Let's make it really easy. What we'll do is we'll sell the tickets for them. Yes, let's do it. And you saw me. I jumped online. I'm scrambling to sell the tickets, right? And I thought this would be super funny. This is an idea that I've had for years, where you use your power and money to sell out someone else's show for nefarious reasons, right? We were going to do this to Joe Matarese. You know, Joe Matarese started his own comedy club,
That's
right?
how we originally thought about this.
And I go, oh my God, what if the first week we buy up all the tickets, he shows up, but we only send one guy. Only one of our guys shows demanding a show. If nobody shows up, then maybe they cancel the show, keep the money. That's not fun. But if one guy showed up and said, I demand the show I paid for, maybe Joe Matarese and Mark Norman would have to do their show for this one guy. So that's always been a fantasy of mine. So this really hit me when I saw Def Noodles promoting this roast for the third day in a row. I go, wait a minute. I saw the first roast. This place seats 30. Surely he should be able to sell out these tickets in a minute, right? And I was thinking like 30 tickets. You know, at the Red Bar Comedy Club, we sold 250 to 300 per show, 4 shows a night. And 30 tickets would be like, we put up the link, 30 tickets. And especially your Def Noodles, you've got this fan base, 100K on Twitter, 100K on Instagram. You're part of this whole YouTube thing, surely 30 tickets. So when I saw it was day 3 and he still hadn't sold the tickets. And then I remembered, you know, his first roast battle where no one came. I go, ain't nobody buying tickets to this. Let's see if we could fill the whole crowd with us. And that's exactly what we did. We posted the tickets for sale everywhere and we sold them out within an hour. I think it was like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. We sold every ticket, and we were going back and forth. He got word that we were doing it, of course, because it was public. Yeah, it goes on and on. Mike, you got some moles in your yeah, moles in my operation, like public Instagram posts
on his Instagram, being like,
I'm posting it everywhere. I'm going, guys, and you saw my promotion. I was going, guys, just trust me. Buy a ticket to this event if you're out in LA. Come on down. Lots of surprises planned. Some of you knew what this was. Some of you didn't, but we sold all the tickets. And it was great. I then came up with a list of activities that the audience could do. I want to read that list so you can see what my big conspiracy was. You know, Def is very scared. He's thinking we were going to do extra stuff. We want to cause harm or shut down the show. We wanted none of that. This was a
we
college.
Want to shut down the show of our dreams.
We wouldn't want to. So in his mind, and what was really funny, you know, he found out about this. He got very nervous.
Do you want to show his video clip when he's...
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Let's show the video clip from when he found out that we were selling his tickets. Something that they can't even fathom. And I can't believe nobody else stepped in to do this. That was another reason we stepped in. We saw what opportunity here. And nobody's doing it. Like, why aren't people buying the tickets? Turns out, most of YouTube, like Kavos and these people, if they hate somebody, they're not going to be caught dead spending a dime on... And, you know, and this was... you heard this over and over again. These people actually paid money to come. Yes. I know that's impossible for you to believe that we'd spend $20 whole to see the event of our lifetime. Yeah, here, remember, I want to spend this money. You know, this is just dipping my toe. I want to use all this money that we're gathering for outrageous college-style gags. You know, and we've got plenty more coming. Where's this first one here?
For is under the day of the event.
The day of the event. So let's check this video. This is where he finds out that we've been selling the tickets. You know, and he doesn't know. He doesn't quite know what our plan is. I think in his head, you know, because he's so basic, he's thinking, we're going to buy all the tickets and not show, right? Like my original plan to Joe Matarese. That's an easy plan. Buy all the tickets.
That's what some people were thinking was going to happen.
Don't show. I think that's what he thought we were going to do. All right, so what's our first time code for?
Yeah, that's what, you know, like, some people, like, you know what would have been more funny if they bought the tickets and nobody showed. Oh my God. Like, should we do something like that? That would actually be really funny. Like, what if one of us buys all the tickets and nobody shows up and it's just like maybe a few of their friends? That would be so good, bro.
For this.
You can go to like 9 minutes in.
9 minutes in. So yes, he really wasn't prepared for this. And I think he thought we were going to sell the tickets and not show. Simple, stupid, easily defeatable prank, right?
Or actually like 9:50.
9:50, all right. Let's hear this. So yeah, people were tipping him off, maybe because it was publicly posted.
He was tweeting about this all week and stuff, and this is his video about it.
Yeah, we got a lot of coverage on this one.
In fact, working, setting stuff up here in the podcast. I'm building another podcast studio across from me.
And so this is his podcast studio that he's built. Wall.
Bro, what is my... I don't know why it keeps like going off.
It really is a closet. So this is the fine work. This is the creation of the Def Noodles. Very nice. All right, let's hear what he's going to do or what his thinking is when he first heard we were selling the tickets ourselves.
Oh, there's like too much shit going on for me to host anybody right now, especially this person. With all that being said, I have to move on to something a little more serious because there's one person specifically who has been obsessing over me to a point.
You know, there's a thing that these guys do, these noobs, where they go, oh, they're obsessed. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are, of course.
Guilty.
Ever seen Red Bar? We're obsessed with you. That's why we do so well when we go over your video. That to us, that's not like a shameful thing. This is my job. It would be nice if you were obsessed with something, you know. Ethan does this all the time. Man, the guy, it's like the first thing you say when you're getting attacked. Here's another good one. I don't even know the guy. I mean, how many times have we heard this one? They're obsessed. I don't even know them. Look, they're spending money.
Yeah. Like they think you're going to be like, obsessed. No,
well, because most guys would do that. See, here's the hole in everybody else. It got to me. The hole in everybody else. The reason Red Bar works so well. Again, industry secret. You can't use it other shows. The reason this works so well is because we know who we are and what we want. These other guys, they only know what you want and what your rules are. So they walk around the internet thinking that it'll be shameful to be obsessed with somebody, or shameful to make fun of people. You know, that's why you hear them. They won't just say,
yeah, like Defamation doesn't know his fans. And I think Red Bar has like a strong fan base since they were actually able to go with the plan. And we even had like Def Noodles all salty and kicking out Red Bar fans at the end.
Hey, today on the show, we're going to be making fun of blah, blah, blah. That to them is too embarrassing. You know, so they got to pretend that they're, oh, no, we're covering this important news. This is just news. Oh, please. We know who we are. We know what we want. And it always takes them by surprise. They always think that the obsession angle is going to really embarrass us out of town. Never works. Here you go.
Point where he's DM'd me for months, perhaps hundreds of times, as you can see right there. And pardon me for my notification.
Notice how he's never read any of these obsessive DMs. Why not? If they're so wild and nutty, read a few, please. We were begging for him to read a few. That was one of Salvo's tasks, too, but the thing kind of got off the rails. But yes, I would love these DMs to be read. My dream is for you to read those DMs to the public. It's everything to me.
I'm getting a lot of Twitter notifications and tweets. But this person is literally like nonstop.
They do whatever they can to not say the name Red Bar too. You notice that? If I hated somebody that was, I would love to say their name. You know, these guys also play by this rule where, oh, I'm not going to give them promotion. I'm not going to give them. Why not? Would they like this show maybe if they saw it? You know, you only got to worry about that if you're working.
Yeah, like I didn't even know about Red Bar. Nobody knew about Red Bar. But like after they kept like chanting Red Bar, like people were like, what's Red Bar? And they just started searching it.
Worry about them liking the show. Otherwise, what's to worry? I show you Josh Denny. You're not going to go leave me for Denny, right? So
honestly, I think that's marketing genius, really.
Pretty bad when you don't want to say the name. It means you're kind of afraid people will come over and maybe see some stuff they like.
The last time I responded to one of their DMs was in February 26th. And they've been DMing me non-stop. I don't even know what the fuck any of these images are. I have no curiosity whatsoever.
You should.
This individual is a man called Mike from Red Bar. And I'm sure that Mike's going to love getting this attention. Mike is an attention fucking whore.
Well,
he gets a stiffy just hearing somebody else say his name. Because
that's not good research.
Is like,
I do get a stiffy. Yes, we love being mentioned, of course. The attention whore, I'm not so sure about.
Mention whore, maybe.
Mention whore, yes. I'm going to mention whore. Right.
I don't know. Outside of some weirdos on the internet, I don't know a single person in this business who actually respects him. But anyway, Mike thought it would be a good idea to email me this. And you tell me what you think.
Here we go. So obviously, I'm promoting this thing for weeks. Here's something. I'm promoting this event for weeks, right? I'm staging all this stuff, but all publicly. So then somebody thinks it'll be funny to go on Eventbrite, where he's selling the tickets, and send him an email saying, I'm coming to shut the show down. Better have insurance. And they use my name in Eventbrite. You could just add any return email address that you want. So they've sent this to him. And now he's thinking it's me, and he's going to use this moment to show you how things have gone over the line. Mike's taking it too far. He's going to shut down the show, which obviously, as you can see,
his only evidence for going over the line isn't real.
Yes. So obviously, I don't want the show shut down. I mean, I'm selling the tickets to my listeners so that they could go, and I'm planning all these things with Salvo.
Why would you want to waste their money?
I'm buying limos. I'm buying security people. I'm paying for flights. I'm booking hotels. I mean, shutting it down would be probably the best thing you could have done to defeat me, would be to cancel the show. That would be the number one thing that I would hate.
If you wanted to upset us, that would have been moved.
So this email was not me. And of course, the thing about me, what anybody ever needs to know from here on, I do everything public. There's no behind-the-scenes sneakery. Everything I'm going to do to a fool is either being said on the show out loud, or being planned in secret, and will be said on the show out loud, or posted publicly under one of my main profiles. If you get an email from me that's not from Mike at redbarradio.net, if it's through a different service, if it's under an Instagram account or a Reddit or anything, if it ain't from one of my official accounts, it ain't me. Okay? So from here on out, that doesn't work anymore. Now you know, if it's not from an official account, it ain't me. There's impersonated. It's a very light, everybody's doing this. What's crazy to me is how people fall for imposters so easily. To me, if it's not from an official account, I immediately think it's fake. If I'm going to send him an email, it's not going to be through Eventbrite's Messenger. I have him on DMs. I have his email address. So, not me. And again, even if it was me, I would tell everybody it's me. There's nothing to hide here. So he's going to show this email that's not me. And the worst part is he's been informed that it isn't me. My word isn't good enough for him. He knows how easy it is to spoof an email through Eventbrite. But he wants to go on with this little storyline regardless, because that's the whole basis of what he's about to say here depends on this fake email. All right, here you go.
Folks, Mike emailed me, we are going to shut your shitty event down. I hope you have insurance on that dumpy comedy club. Now, it's common for comics to shit on the comedy club they're performing in. It's almost tradition, to make jokes about the comedy club, so I don't give a fuck about that. But the part...
That's beautiful audio. You hear that? Listen to this difference.
Of this statement that, kind of concerns me is this part. We are going to shut your shitty event down. I mean, this could mean anything. He's clearly trying to be intimidating by writing this part in all caps. And he says, I hope...
So what was this, Thursday? Like the day before the big event?
The morning of, possibly?
So there are two things. First of all, we're very excited because Salvo and I got full coverage on this podcast. It's a perfect promotion for what's about to come. We're excited about that. But the other thing, we're nervous. Is he going to cancel this event? So whoever this troll was who did it, I don't know, that could have even been a fan thinking they were adding in on the fun, but thank God Def Noodles was so stupid, he still went on with everything.
I mean, the whole day, the day of the event, I was like, oh my God, he knows about our prank. What's he going to do you think? He's going to come up with some plan to get back at us.
And I told Jules a million times, I go, he's not going to come up with any plan.
Well, my mind goes, I won't have preparation.
But here's how I think about this stuff. I know my fools so well. I know every fool. I know how they operate. I know their weaknesses. I know their strengths. With this guy, I knew right off the bat, I could stand in front of his face and outline exactly what's going to happen to him on Friday. And he'll still fuck it up. You know, he's still not going to be able to. That's why I don't worry. That's why people go, Mike, he saw your plan. Yeah, no doubt. I did it publicly. You don't think if I wanted to keep this private, I could have?
And he knew about this within 1 second of Mike selling the tickets because some guy was like, haha, we're buying the tickets on Twitter. So he knew the whole time.
He knew the whole time.
That whole week to prepare.
And that's totally fine. If I didn't want him to know, he wouldn't know. I didn't care if he knew because I knew even if he knew every fucking detail down to the limo. Sorry, that was just, he wouldn't know what to do. And we proved that right. So I don't care about that. This isn't a secret. And the Bring Back group isn't a secret group chat. That's a public space. It's just private to members, but it's not private.
Everything will leak.
Yeah. Anything I say online, I am fully aware that it could be anywhere at any time. So if I'm posting something online, to me, that's instantly public. Even DMing. If I'm talking on a computer, I consider it public. Okay. So let's hear some more from his when he finds out. And does he come up with a plan? No.
We have insurance. Now, I do have insurance, and we are taking every precaution on the book to ensure that it is a safe event.
So this is great. I got him taking precautions. You know, this is great. A day before the event, I got him so nervous. And now this Eventbrite imposter's got him even more nervous. And now he's buying security. He's getting extra insurance. He's hooking up more little screw-in cams to see the street. So he says. Let's hear some more.
I do not feel threatened at all by any of this. In fact, I've had this for over 2 weeks in my email, and
I don't feel threatened by any of this. Yet I am taking drastic measures with security. I mean, really, it's like.
And he just said he's had that for over 2 weeks. And that's not possible.
Well, this is the big part of Def. No, cut to me. This is the big thing that everybody needs to understand. We cannot go back and forth with this Def Noodles. We went in there. We destroyed his whole life. Let's move on. He will drive you to suicide.
I'm already being driven to madness.
Let me explain. You know Josh Denny. You know how there's no stopping Josh Denny, no matter what you do, no matter how shamed and exposed Josh Denny is. This guy's even worse.
It's like consuming all of Josh Denny's history in one day.
Yes. Imagine that everything bad that Josh Denny's ever done combined into a week and then thrown at you like a basketball.
It's very.
Do not try to make sense of his fucking nonsense because it will drive. Again, you'll want to load up a shotgun and just say goodbye.
This morning I saw he was going live again and you just want to scream enough.
So he's one of these guys. He is a Denny. This is what we've uncovered about him, and this is what the world knows of him now. This is one of those guys where no matter what happens in reality, he's got an excuse and a way to spin it about him, and it's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. There's no amount of video footage. There's no amount of evidence. He's just going to say whatever he wants. So that's what you're seeing here. You'll see he'll say one thing, contradict himself. And next, let's just play a little bit more of this, and then we'll move forward.
I was advised because of what happened yesterday to bring this to the public awareness. So in case this man actually does try to do something. Now, with all that being said, as I've made clear before, my main goal is to create a safe, fun event.
That's a main goal?
I want to guarantee the safety of my patrons, of my guests.
You did a terrible job at that. You're selling booze with no liquor license. Note that. That's, to me, one of the biggest. We'll get into his illegalities. Those are my favorite. It's very strict, the city of LA. Remember, you've heard every one of your favorite celebrities whine about how they need a permit for this and a permit for that. You're all at home in Oklahoma going, they need permit. Do you know what would happen to LA if they didn't need permits? You would have Stark-like facilities shooting out of everybody's backyard. There wouldn't be a scrap of grass left in LA. It'd be built upon. Everybody would build whatever they want in Earthquake City, and then it would come, and it would be like when, what's that guy's name, started donating for the big tsunami that happened. What would it be? It would be, I forgot his name, and I forgot the fucking place. But the whole place would crumble. If we didn't have permits, these idiots and assholes in LA like him, they do whatever they want. So they have to be extremely strict. They've got a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of shaky, rickety land. Nobody ever looks at it from this angle. They just think everybody's trying to be strict on them. Imagine if you weren't strict in LA. So this guy opens up his own comedy club. He doesn't have any of the proper licenses or permits. He's doing all this shoddy work on his club. Nobody's talking about that. He's bringing in handymen and himself from Craigslist to come take down, important walls. The electricity's a mess. I mean, the power went out like 6 times at that first event. So they're overloading circuits. They're bringing in 50 people into a space that is supposed to just be an office. They've got one exit, no AC, no liquor license. They're selling liquor. On camera, we've got footage of them going, do you have a liquor license? You can't have a bar. And they're going, no, we don't have a liquor license. He doesn't seem to think it's even that big of a problem. That's the real crazy part, is he doesn't seem to think that these are even busts. If somebody busted me holding a speakeasy underground comedy club in LA selling liquor, I'd be horrified. I'd be so scared I'm going to lose it all and be shut down. He doesn't seem to think these are real laws. He seems to think they're suggestions from the city where maybe they'll call you and tell you, hey, he thinks like YouTube. There'll be a strike maybe, and then it goes away after a while. I just don't understand what his thinking is. But I love the illegalities of his club. I have never seen that before either. So many illegal things. And they're also...
Right off the bat, I don't know Mike David, but he actually seems pretty funny so far.
All carrying firearms, handguns. I mean, there's been multiple people talking about how they're bringing loaded handguns into this space with no liquor license, no concealed carry license. This is LA. You can't bring handguns into a fake bar, right? You can't bring handguns into a real bar. And they're all bringing, Steven's bringing his handgun, he's bringing his handgun. It's a mess. All right, so let's see a couple more parts from this, and then we'll get into the goods. Don't worry, we're not going through everything you've already seen. I'm just showing you the parts that you haven't seen. Here you go.
Of the people performing, of the comedians, because there are a lot of people who are driving sometimes hours to be here. Last week at one of our shows, I met this really kind and sweet couple from.
But keep this video open for the next part because you actually want to go to about. Wait, no, keep this video open. I'm watching it out of order.
Oh, sure.
So this is the day of the event. Salvo gets to LA.
Yeah.
And go to about 30 seconds. Or you could like 1 minute.
30 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're going back. 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, check this out.
And so Salvo shows up in LA.
Yeah. And
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's watch.
Because we're going to be talking about boundaries and a few other things that I've been advised by my legal and my security
There's
team.
no legal or security team. He keeps trying to pin it on other people. I've been advised. Nobody's advising you, please. Oh, a little girl and a black guy?
To essentially start creating a paper trail out there of these things because there's a way that these things should be handled. And I think that some people maybe don't know how to do it. They don't have an understanding of how this business works, or maybe they're just really desperate for attention. Whatever it is, I have an obligation now to make this public and to show the footage. Anyway, yesterday, a creator that I booked to be on the roast battle, who was very excited to be on the roast battle, who flew across the country, paid for himself, paid for his hotel so he could fly across the country and be on the roast battle. Very excited to be on it. He's very excited. He showed up unannounced to the comedy club. And this is what happened. Let's watch the footage from my security cameras. And by the way, I have security cameras all over the building and the block. And I have to have it for insurance purposes to guarantee the safety of the people who work for me, as well as anybody else.
He's a safety guy. You see, no AC, one exit, shoving 60 people into a 15-seater, selling liquor without a liquor license, pushing people. He's a safety guy. He loves his safety.
Maybe in the building.
Here's Salvo rolling up on a scooter.
It's only safety if it's only for him and his yes men.
This is him right here. You can see he's coming
perfect. You know, we were so concerned when we were watching this. We sent Salvo out to LA, and I'm watching this, and I'm going, oh no, does he have something embarrassing where Salvo walks up picking his nose or something, or looking like a total doof? And Salvo, being way smarter than me, Salvo knows there's security cameras, so he decides to roll up in style on a bird scooter. And look how
I saw him rolling up on this thing.
Look how nicely he manages this.
In the building.
Watch this. Look at that. Class.
So this is him right here.
So he's already introducing Salvo to his audience as a funny man. This is already funnier than anything, Def Noodles has tried to put on. So not a good way to, when I introduce people, I cut out the funny parts. When I'm trying to scorn somebody, you don't show them their best of. But that's what Dennis does here. Watch.
You can see he's coming up on a scooter.
Very funny. Very loud. So Salvo instantly, there's no hiccup. He parks the scooter without, imagine me parking a scooter, I'd be all over the ground. He parks the scooter flawlessly.
If me and Mike went up there, we would look so stupid.
He gets on a scooter. He flawlessly arrives, parks. He beautifully gets off the
He's a true performer. I got to say, he very much impressed me.
He whips out his webcam. He's got a plan. He whips out his phone. He starts filming. He's got a plan. So there's no embarrassing moment here yet.
All right, I'm outside Def Noodles' place. I was invited. Hi, Def. It's common courtesy to give you.
Okay, he was not invited. I had no idea this guy was going to stop by our office.
He means he was invited to be on the show. And usually, if you're invited to be on a show, usually you think, okay, I could go by the venue the day before, say hi to the guy. That's all I got. That's what you could do. No, obviously, Salvo, he wants to get as much out of this as possible. He's coming to LA to make fun of you. All we're doing is trying to get a bunch of content of you getting frustrated.
And Salvo even DM'd him and was like, let's get together the day before, make like a promo for this big event. And Def Noodles wouldn't respond to him.
So Def is going to pretend like his safety is at risk here by Salvo showing up on a scooter. And he tried to, he titled this video, "My Life Has Been Threatened." And he's really trying to spin this as, guys, this is different, man. I'm being harassed. He's really laying it on thick about how terrible this was for Salvo to do, as if somebody came to his home. He's trying to put it on par with that. All right, let's see how he handles this.
And, there's a way that things work. Like, yes, we do have a comedy club. Yes, the sign open was at the front of the club. However, the business is open. It's business hours. The club isn't open. I have people in there working who have nothing to do with this internet shit and really don't want to be bothered by any of it. They, shouldn't be involved in any of this stuff. A lot of them don't even have social media profiles. So
you're not prepared to do any of this stuff, okay? You can't go online for months and months and months yelling at people to show up, pull up or shut up, of course, antagonizing the whole world, and then being surprised when somebody shows up to a public comedy club, okay? It's on a public street. You're allowed to come by and film the
pull up or shut up asterisks.
We had Red Bar listeners during COVID. Did you see this? We covered this. We had Red Bar listeners go to the Comedy Store with a bucket of white paint and the same paintbrushes that the Comedy Store uses, and they wrote,
look what I put on Twitter. Oh my God.
Red Bar in script. They wrote Mike David. They wrote Jules Felker. And for a week, our names lived on the Comedy Store's bill. This is true. We have, put a note to dig up pictures.
Yeah, I don't know where those are, but I'll find them for the next
This really happened. And this listener sent me this, very funny, but, I can't encourage people to go vandalize places. So, let's get it perfectly square. Everything that I encourage people to do has to be 100% legal for legal purposes. But yes,
but if it's already done,
vandalize
it, and
in
trouble, then you might as well tell us.
Sure. So the Comedy Store is used to things like this. A week later it was covered up. They went back with. I'm sure they've had to do that before. We can't be the first people to think of adding our names.
It's a wall with names.
It's a wall with names. So you can't really give us this sob story that nobody ever shows up to comedy clubs. You don't have that privacy. You've created a public space. You've advertised it. You've given out the address. You're holding public events there. It's a public place now. It's not your private home that we invaded. All right, let's hear a little bit more.
you know, it's a business. I have a business, and while I purposely chose to have a public location because I wanted to be able to promote my comedy.
By the way, we're cutting up so much. He was burying us in content.
I know,
Not only
trying to
before,
keep
we're
it.
trying. Trust me, because this guy buried us. I mean, really, trying to keep up with Denny is like nothing compared to this.
He does like
really,
3
really.
hours of talking per
Yeah,
day.
so I'm trying to only get to the important parts and really set this story up for the parts you need to know. And you guys could certainly go watch all this stuff. There's so many great moments. But you know, we got to run through these here.
Club and build a comedy club using my following and you know the videos that I make. It's still if you're talent, you usually don't show up to the comedy club middle of the day demanding to enter it.
Because very
filming
scared when this
everything,
happens.
and you know essentially yelling out the outside of it. You know, this is how you get blacklisted. Like if you did this at the comedy store, they would probably. I mean, no joke. Like security would probably.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, people hang out at the comedy store all day. They've got that patio out there. You could come by. You could yell at the wall all day. They don't care. The security's not there during the day. And even if they were, they don't care. It's a public place. You know, it's really not the end of the world.
Because that's how.
Oh, wait,
it would go.
listen to that.
They would probably. No, this is how you get blacklisted.
This is what would happen at the comedy store.
They would probably. I mean, no joke. Like security would probably kick his ass.
Security would kick his ass if he rolled up on a bird scooter and filmed the door. Security would come out, and they'd both fight to the death. Okay.
That's how it would go.
He knows
down,
comedy.
You know?
He knows comedy.
Ooh, sorry for keeping you guys waiting. Finish my. I think we're gonna just finish Red Bar. I'm gonna tell you guys some updates that I'm thinking and that I'm gonna stream. And yeah, I think we'll end it there. Oh my bad, didn't mean to do that. There we go.
Your guest a tour. Can I have a tour of the club that I'll be performing at tomorrow? I'm performing tomorrow, Def. I want the tour. You're being rude to your guest. I've been very
So Salvo's a big IRL streamer. You know, he's got a lot of people watching, and people were following Salvo's live streams. He was doing great. You know, we sold all the tickets for him, and it was so nice how this all came together. We sold all the tickets for him, and this really, I had a listener named AJ, and he kept messaging me saying, here, I'm in LA. I got this hotel for this event. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mike. And no joke, Salvo went into Popeye's Chicken for lunch. And this listener happened to be at the very same Popeyes. And they met up, and the listener had to go, oh my God, Sal, you won't believe this. I'm here for you from Red Bar. And Salvo goes, do you want to be my cameraman? And the guy became Salvo's cameraman. The whole, I mean, it really worked out.
Together all day.
It was heartwarming to see back from my Dr. Claw. Like, I sat here all week like this going, yes, Salvo. Seriously, here.
Come here. Can I have the tour, Def Noodles? Dennis Matoto. I came traveling long journeys.
As you can see, Dennis is watching this as if somebody's like doing the movie The Strangers to his house, like, banging on his door.
That's the same face I made when I saw that video of the guy getting shot in his porch.
There you go.
From his dad.
Yes.
Here you go.
I mean, that's a very concerned look. You know, he feels threatened here. His life is at risk.
For the tour of your office that I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
Now watch this. Look at Salvo's exit.
Whoopsie. He doesn't even wait 1 second.
I mean, that's pro. That's what really sold me on Salvo. Watch this ending again. I'm going to zoom into him. He finishes his live. And that's what I mean about knowing what you're going to do. I love that. Watch this.
I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
Look at this. Ends his live, gets on the scooter, does a proper U-turn, and scoots away.
Oh, yeah. That's where it ends.
You know, and we're watching that. This is before.
Weeping. I feel like I was at the World Cup.
Yeah, this is before the Big Friday event even happened, and we're seeing this, and it's already like, that's so good for us. Like, I already felt like I got my money's worth
just from that.
Okay, so let's hear a little bit more here.
Essentially goes away. Ironically, he later claimed he waited outside my office for 45 minutes
here
and said that I was cowering.
That wasn't 45 minutes.
So that wasn't 45 minutes, and if it was 45, you'd show some of the footage of the lame, pathetic 45. He came in, we all saw what he did, then he's off to Popeyes.
To that effect, which is not true. I mean, it's a pretty big space. I was in the back and couldn't even hear him.
Small.
In fact,
anyways, I think that's
bad. We don't care, Duff. You don't got to explain why you didn't let him in. You know, he's so nervous about that. You don't need to let him in. We all understand. But that's his like main focus. Like, oh, and the reason I didn't let him in is because there was like construction. Please. It's okay to not let in a screaming psycho. Trust me. I would know. Okay, so
I love when all someone had to do to get out of this is just take a slightly different tone.
Yes, really. You could really make this fun.
This crazy guy game.
You know, imagine, I say this all the time. Imagine after Joey Diaz threatened me. I came on here and I just went, guys, he's threatening me. This is just not right. Like, what the fuck, man? What did I ever do? That's not funny and cool.
You can say the exact same thing if you just, like,
you got to make it fun. Just make it fun. You can make all of this stuff very fun. I've made a lot of death threats very fun. A lot of real rapes and death threats and beating. You can make it fun and everybody enjoys themselves. But you don't start whining. Have you not learned, have you not watched enough internet to learn that no one likes whining and victim and whining? Even if you're the victim, you can't be the victim. People are here to party, okay? At least here they are. When I go online, it's to party. Nothing else, right?
So you can move
on. I go to hardcoreparty.com.
Oh, no.
Yep. Mike still has to go pee. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, no, you do?
No. Okay, I'm reading a
you
chat
can go
guide.
to the night of now, part of the now.
The night of. So we, as you should.
Yeah, so you guys could see his humor is like really non-PC.
Here, we'll show you this. Salvo started the live stream. So, okay, so this was our only plan.
So me and Mike were sitting right there.
We're sitting right here. We set up the whole studio. It was like, have you seen the movie The Burbs? When the Tom Hanks and his friends decide to break into the...
Oh, no.
I got to end the show. I'm sorry. Just kidding. If you've seen the movie The Burbs, when Tom Hanks and his friends decide, you know, this is the third act of the movie, they're going to finally break into the neighbor's house, right? To prove that these guys are up to no good. And the whole neighborhood, remember Corey Feldman sets up lawn chairs and the whole neighborhood comes out to watch. It was really those vibes. It was Burbs, third act vibes. We set up, you know, I had 8 screens going in here. We're all excited. And we really don't know what to expect. The only things we had planned so far were that Salvo was going to go there. We were just going to have him yell a list of crimes. And that we had sold every ticket. You know, the biggest thing that we had was that we had sold, we know, and I have a list here. I can't show the list because of the names. We sold 42 tickets. That's what we sold. 42 people bought tickets via Red Bar and confirmed with me, showed me their ticket link. 42 people. Whether or not they all showed, different story, but you saw, and you'll see it right here. So that was our biggest thing. And we just thought, if this all goes right, and the 42 people show up, even if half of the 42 show up, that's all we really care. They show up, Salvo shows up, the show is on. That should be funny enough, right? But we did some extracurricular gags. I thought it would be funny. I always like to decorate, okay? I like to decorate a thing. So I said, Salvo, what if you show up in a really gaudy stretch limo? Done, easy, sold, booked. Salvo, what if you showed up with a black security guard? Done, it's LA, super easy. I really felt like I was in a movie working at one of those chic magazines in New York. I was booking security guards. Have you ever asked, now I know that I don't know how to quite ask this, but my client has requested an African-American guard. Will that be possible? And it is. In LA, you could put together a fever dream within 5 minutes. It's really incredible. We got the stretch limo, we got the guard, we got the hotel. It all really came.
Being like, my client,
Yeah,
my client.
my client would really, I'm pinning everything on my client. We got the limo. Fairly cheap. So I did pick, here's where I made a mistake. I bought him the black security guard. He was black enough. Turns out he was kind of Brazilian-y. That's fine.
He was very handsome.
Very handsome. I was very excited, and you'll see this guy. He really let us down. And I will admit something, and I didn't even tell Salvo. Salvo, I bought the cheapest security guard in town. I didn't think we would need one. Now, listen, my idea going into this...
The security guard was like a prop.
The security guard was a prop at that time. I had no expectations or any fantasy that there'd be any hitting. That was like the last thing I ever thought would happen. Literally, like I didn't think this would, like I didn't even think of it. I thought of this as like a lame, some nerds.
Like I have thought that we were going to get kind of embarrassed during this.
Exactly, the
like,
whole time I'm just like, oh, it'll probably just be some
the
stupid
days
thing.
leading up to it.
Here, I'll read
let
you.
something good happen.
Let's see what I got here. I'll read you the email because I think this is important. I'll read you the email that I sent out to the audience members because this is important. This really shows my whole plan.
Def
here.
Noodles is trying to say that we were trying to like,
Yeah.
shut down the club.
Yeah.
That we were harassing people, violence, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'll show you the email. Hold on, let me get to my notes. All okay. Jeep off-road gear checklist. Nope.
Your strands are getting
Salvo ropes. Oh my god, really?
You got to do one little comb during
Is that
the
fine
break.
now?
Yeah.
Don't make fun of my hair.
I've never.
Okay, let's see what I got here. Is this email? Is it on here? Okay, great. Here is the email I sent out to every. You know what? Maybe I'll you'll believe me, right? If I read
Just
it.
flash it so they can zoom in if they want.
Here, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so I'm getting very, very, very drunk. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm just a little bit drunk. All right, here it is. This is the email I sent out to the audience members, fully knowing that this would be shared, right? And it wasn't. Okay. Hey, it's me, Mike. We have sponsored Salvo Pancakes' trip to LA to defeat Def Noodles in the headlining roast of the night. Def has been begging for YouTubers and comedians to accept his challenge for months, so we thought it might be fun to give him what he asked for. When we saw Def was having a hard time selling tickets, we decided to sell the tickets for him. The entire audience should be made up of good people like yourselves. As an audience member, your job is simple. Have a great time. Okay? We have a few audience gags that you can participate in if interested, but of course, your only obligation is to watch and enjoy yourselves. See how nice I am? However, if you'd like to make things funnier, you could do the following. 1. Boo loudly every time Def Noodles takes the stage or is mentioned. Cheer loudly every time Salvo takes the stage or is mentioned. Start a chant. When feeling bored, feel free to chant red bar, which they did at the perfect time. After Salvo's done, feel free to stage a walkout. It'd be nice to see an entire crowd walk out all at once while Def is still speaking. Number 5, hecklers welcome. Got something you want to scream? Scream it. Number 6.
Yeah, this makes so much sense when you watch Def Noodles live stream and like the way Mike David planned this out. God.
Catch it on tape. Feel free to capture your favorite moments on video and send them over. Okay, so that's like all I expected. Light, easy, lighthearted sweetness, right? Please remember, this
Nothing that would constitute anything more than a prank.
Yeah. We got to take a break after this so I could, I'm getting very sick. Please remember, this is a light college-style gag. Please don't take things too far. No fighting. This isn't that serious. We just want everyone to have a nice laugh.
Yeah, they didn't get physical. Like, Def Noodles is the one that took it physical.
The event will be live streamed on Def Noodles' YouTube channel, so we'll be with you in spirit.
Oh, God, this is going to look bad on Def Noodles because if Mike David uses this, to help Salvo, ooh, Defamation Noodles is going to get a hit.
If you have any issues whatsoever, please message me. You purchased a ticket, and you're entitled to a seat. If there's any funny business, reach out to me, and I will make a stink. Other than that, have fun. Enjoy, Mike. All right.
Sounds
so
like a pretty nice email.
Very,
to me.
very nice.
So
what
that
happens
was before
next?
the event. Did you want to take a break and then we'll see what
Let's
happens
take a quick
at the
little break,
event?
and we'll see what happened at the event and after. The behind-the-scenes footage you're dying to see. We'll be right back with you here on the Red Bar Radio. Lighting is very hot.
And I
What is
feel
the
like that
degrees?
jacket you're wearing is crazy
This
hot.
isn't a jacket. This is a thin T-shirt that I'm filling out. Let's see. Just a thin shirt. Okay. Oh, it's not even that hot today. 99. High of 103. Pretty hot. Hot to me. Hot to her. All right. So, yeah, let me show you this really quick. Back to the beautiful night, and we're going to show you some behind the scenes, some video. You know what I'm really excited for? We had a lot of people in the audience that night. I wanted to do something nice for those people too, Jules. I wanted to come up with something that we could do to all the people who risked their lives and attended. I'd like to give them some sort of gift, if we could think about that.
Yeah, I'll think of something good.
Look at this. This is what I've got here, and we'll go through some of these. But this is my file folder of funny videos that were. Can I zoom into there? Yeah, funny videos from the listeners. So we've got some that the internet hasn't seen.
So if you're like, oh, I already watched this a million times, I'm sick of it, you haven't seen nothing.
Okay, let's show you. Salvo pulls up in the limo and we can introduce you to our security guard, who we're going to have a problem with him. Definitely, at least a chargeback. I got a message mid-show. Hey, Mike, everything okay with Willie? From the security company. I didn't have the guts to write them back because I wasn't sure I could answer that question, to be honest. So here he is, and I didn't know he was going to do this, but Salvo live streamed from the limousine. And this is where we all really, again, remember, we're sitting around the studio. I mentioned it was like how on the Burbs, when they start setting up their camp chairs, they're all watching for the night's big event, in their cul-de-sac. And it really had those vibes. And our biggest concerns was, okay, the limo's supposed to be at Salvo's hotel at 7:30, security at 7:30. They got to hop in the limo and pull up at Def Noodle Show by 8.
At the perfect time.
At the perfect time, and it all worked out. So as soon as they were in the limo with the guard,
Mike was sitting here going, oh, the limo's coming.
Yeah.
The security guard is here.
Yeah, and it all worked out, and we were in heaven watching this. And again, Salvo's like on the way to the roast video. That was enough. I got my money's worth. I mean, this was enough. If just this happened, and we show up, and the whole crowd's ours. We got the limo. We got the black guy. the guard, I'm happy. Here we go.
Hey, read the chat to me too.
All right.
What's up, everybody?
Now, the guy filming him is one of our listeners, AJ, who, again, this is the guy that they just randomly met up at Popeye. So it all started really coming together nicely and just working out as a classic night out here.
Come a little closer. Okay. What's up, everybody? Sabo pancakes. On the way to whoop Zap Noodles' ass with words, charisma, and charm. I promised you an event. I promised you a spectacle. You're gonna get one, and you've been getting one this weekend, and it's gonna continue. And Nicole, can we turn the radio off, honey? Honey. Okay,
He has no idea what he's in for. Okay, so we got a black limo driver, white stretch limo, which is supposed to be black, so that could be a chargeback too.
Do you think the security guard saw what happened online after this?
I don't know, but I'm going to send it to his boss because the way the security guard handled himself, I definitely need my money back. Now, I was beginning to say, I purchased the... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be fine. I purchased the cheapest security guard that we could get. Again, I didn't think there'd be any need for the security guard. As long as he was wearing a security guard shirt and black. Those were really the only... elements I needed there. $75 an hour, just if you're curious. 75, which I thought was very fair. Most people, so I went on Yelp, and what's great for services like this, Jules, is you just ask for one quote on Yelp. Ooh, I'm elving with my strands. My strands are elving. You go on there, and then you can just take that same quote request, Jules, and you could send it to 30 companies. So that's what I do. I went on Yelp, security, typed in my little message, and then, I was just going to go with whoever came back first. And 3 people came back around the same time. Most of them were $500 flat fee for the night. This one was $75 an hour, and it was this weird Arab guy that I was going back and forth with. I really was concerned that the guard wouldn't show up. They wouldn't send me any sort of confirmation. He was very quick with, when I asked him if we could have an African-American guard, he goes, yeah, bro. And I go, did he really hear me? Am I going to get that Afro-American when we show up? Is it gonna, I didn't want it to be an Arab guard. That's a totally different vibe. I needed it to be a black guard.
This is a film. This is an experience.
This is a film. So here we go, and now we've got some scenes of Salvo pulling up to the event, and this is everything that I wanted to happen. Let's watch. He's vaping.
So AJ, I don't have cash. You got a tip. I'll pay you back, obviously.
For sure.
Yeah,
Sorry,
15:30.
15:30. Here you go.
Yeah, Steve. You mean Skid Row Steve?
Pulling up to the event. There we go.
I guess that's his official title.
Oh, they're yelling my name. I need this window down. Gloria.
Gloria, the big
Her name wasn't
What's your
Gloria.
name?
Oh, it wasn't Gloria?
No.
She looked like Gloria. She was just black. It was just a black woman. So Gloria, very funny. So he's pulling up to the venue right now.
What?
Look at this. And we're at home watching live.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the security, we're loving watching that the security guard has got a huge smile.
Yeah,
Like, I'm going, oh, thank God. So everybody's happy. Everybody's having fun. It's all working out. Here we go.
Hey, let's go.
It's just like a pistol.
Okay, so we're just
Over
seeing
here?
it.
Is this it? Okay. Come on.
Here we go. Here we go. The big event. He pulls up in the limo. Look at the line.
Stand by my side.
Oh my God.
Don't fucking smile. Get in front of me, retard.
So here's the line.
Deaf Noodle sucks.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Are you here for Deaf Noodles? No, we're here for you. Who are you here for? Who are you here for?
Salvo.
So this was great to see.
Several pancakes.
So now he's going to the guy at the door. They won't let him in. Deaf Noodles doesn't have him on the list. So let's see that.
Hey, security, you need to be here. What are you doing?
This was Willie's first time.
You don't see me on here. I'm the main event. People are here for me. Any of the Team Stars employees? That is lame thing that he did. Okay, tell Dennis to get his ass out here and let me in.
Yeah, like, he's a star guest, and the fact Dennis the Menace didn't even include him is, I don't know, it's just not professional. It could have gone much more smooth.
He's his main roast
He's not
battle.
letting me in. My name's not on the list.
So to be fair, Daft Noodles probably just did this out of stupidity. He didn't realize he needed to write the comics down on the list, right?
Matozo! Dennis! You call him. I'm gonna talk to my friend.
Okay, so defamation said that he was like banging on the windows like extremely hard, trying to cause property damage. Well, we see that's all a lie.
Here we go. Let's meet the line.
Thank you guys for being here. Who are you here for? Thank you. Who are you here for? Who are you here for? Red Bar. Who are you here for?
Red Bar.
Who are you here for?
Red Bar, wow.
Is anybody here for Dennis Noodles? Make some noise if you're here for Dennis Noodles.
Oh, it's silent.
It's silent, Dennis. Make some noise if you're here for Red Bar or Seven Pancakes.
Red Bar. Red Bar. Red Bar. Red Bar.
Okay.
And at this point, we just cannot believe that this
So
is
yeah,
going
we're
so
saying
well.
at home,
Tears
oh,
are in our
thank
eyes.
you. That's
We're
all we
hugging
wanted.
each other.
That's all we wanted, for the whole crowd to be Red Bar. Nobody there for
This
the
is
first
all we
up.
needed to happen.
This is it.
Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles.
There we go. Very exciting crowd. Very wound up. Very cool.
Great looking people, by the way.
They are
All of
nice,
these
and like
people
I
are
said, I'm so
sweet.
happy that most of them were half this, half that. It wasn't just a bunch of killer whites showing up, so I was very proud of that. All right, what should we move on to
You can
next
show
here?
the part where he first walks into
Yes.
the 2355.
Yeah, so here, this part was good. And again, making fun of the venue was the name of the game. We finally got the inside peek. Here's the venue.
Here's the door.
Here's the door.
Step to take you to the stage. Okay? I'm in.
So he's going, let's see how many steps it takes to get to the stage from the door. We're trying to show tiny ints here. Look at
Let's see how
that.
many steps it takes to get to the stage. Okay? I'm in. Here's the door. How many steps are you going to take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So already this is so crazy because Def Noodles has given up his club and he's letting Salvo just walk on stage, direct the crowd. We're sitting at home. We didn't know what was going to happen at this point. Oh, here we go. There's the bar. So look at this sneaky deaky bar. I think he's going to go up and let's see this.
This place is tiny.
He's trying to get back into the back room here.
Hey, is the window open?
Oh, they're throwing him out.
Oh, come on, man. Boo.
So this is the bartender here. He might be facing some jail time here. Look at this guy. This
guy's shorter than Salvo.
Yes. Well, Salvo's on this little.
Oh, it's silent.
Silent, Dennis! Make some noise if you're here for Red Bar or something!
Up his club, and he's letting Salvo just walk on stage, direct the crowd. We're sitting at home. We didn't know what was going to happen at this point. Oh, here we go. There's the bar. So look at this sneaky deaky bar. I think he's going to go up and let's see this.
This place is tiny.
He's trying to get back into the back room here.
Hey, is the window open?
Oh, they're throwing him out.
Oh, come on, man. Boo.
So this is the bartender here. He might be facing some jail time here. Look at this guy. This
guy's shorter than Salvo.
Yes. Well, Salvo's on this little.
That's his height.
Yeah. So look at these little tits here too. So this is your bartender for the evening, and I guess Salvo's going to ask him on camera, "Do you have a liquor license?" Let's see.
Oh, come on, man. Boo.
You see how I'm treated? You let him put his hands on me.
So Def Noodles and all the other comedians. Remember, there's like 12 other comedians on the show, and they're all in the back, like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, they don't come out for quite some time.
Pancakes. Yeah, pancakes. 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 Pancakes.
So lovely. Oh, pancakes.
Who are you,
of course.
moist critical?
Here we go. Look at this. So we're here at the bar. Yeah, exactly. So they are selling. Look at all the booze. Somebody was saying not only are they illegally selling liquor without a license, half of those are White Claws coming out of a box that says "not for resale." Uh-oh. White Claw's going to be furious.
No. Yeah, I know they're selling White Claws, but like the fact he gets away with this is wild.
With this. So look at this guy. They think they can just run an illegal bar. You ever seen something like that? In LA, look, they're selling spirits here. So, if I was an evil man, I'd be submitting this info to the LA County, the liquor board.
Which we would never
do.
Wanted.
I'm hoping, though, that thousands of people have already done that. That to me is like the funniest. The legality stuff.
They already did that, but the thing is, like, there still isn't anything.
I live there. Here.
You get away from me, not here for Dennis.
Well, maybe it's a warning.
I guess we'll take a seat in front. Well, right here.
The guard really needed to be told what to do every step. I mean, he really was never on his post. I might respond to that guard today, his boss. It all depends. I want to listen to what Salvo said. Salvo, let me know, was Willie gracious at the end, or did he totally give up on you at the end of the night? Before I do this big charge back here.
Hell yeah.
He's got Moodle on the screen. Show that off.
Okay, so the stage is set. We're waiting for Def Noodles to come out. And at this point, we're going, how is he going to respond to what's happened so far? So far, most of the audience is here for Salvo. Def's in the back. He's letting Salvo run amok at his own club. No, nobody's in charge right now. You've got one bartender who's looking very nervous. He was asked, "You got a liquor license?" He responds with no. All right, where do we go to from here?
So the next thing that happens is Def starts live streaming the roast.
Okay, and that's
the second link under the night up.
So here is
we just had a guy try to break the entire building. This is how hype you guys are. Come on, bro.
Okay, so here is the beginning of the live stream, and this is what you watched at home. We're not going to show you much of this. You've seen this already, and we have that great angle from Sandy. No, thank you, Sandy. We got a listener sitting on this side of the room, Sandy. That's a guy, right?
No, she's a girl.
Sandy is a girl?
She's an angel.
This whole time I'm thinking it's Sandy's name. She's got an 80s name like Sandy. Right? No? Okay.
I mean,
you got the other side of the room. So we got footage from every angle here. There were some parts where they cut the audio. Def purposely cut the audio. So we have those moments, thank God, from people in the room. So let's say he starts the show. The audience does not want to participate. Look at this.
We just had a guy try to break the entire building. This is how hype you guys are. Come on, bro, please. LA, are you ready? LA, are you ready? We can go. Are you ready?
Ooh, so imagine that. You're trying to start the show and no one's ready. They're booing. Yikes. So that was my dream.
Corey, come here. Hey, Corey, I don't think people are ready for us right now, bro.
Imagine trying to start a show. I mean, that would be the pits.
White people.
Ooh, and all the black comics, we had a lot of low-level black comics. Def Noodles did. And their only jokes were racist white people jokes. They really started this. Def's people are trying to spin this as it was a racist attack because Salvo said, "I can't breathe."
Which he was saying because there was no air conditioning.
Just because there was no AC. So that doesn't count, obviously. But all of their black comics were very racist, right? Oh, look at these white people. What's wrong with these? Why does it have to do with white people? Why was that even brought up?
Hello, white people. Are y'all out there?
That's cool.
Hello, white people. Are y'all out there?
Like I said, they're mostly mixed.
Say, hey, or fuck you, Def Noodles, please.
Salvo. No.
Nothing. So the comics are scared. This is not what they want.
Bro, I guess this crowd is a tough crowd, Miranda. Come here. What do you think about this shit?
Listen to Miranda.
We're not getting the show started until people actually sound hype, because this is fucked up right now.
Yeah, and you've got these YouTube creators covering this who know nothing about comedy, and one of them was like, "How dare he demand the crowd to get hyped? That is not their responsibility. You can't just tell the crowd." And it's like
they're nitpicking.
They're nitpicking.
So
we got everybody against us.
It's amazing.
Yo, we got a dope ass roast battle about to go down. Let's fucking rage. Indiana in the front row.
Isn't that awful?
Look at how everyone's doing with their arms crossed.
I was texting Salvo at this moment going, tell Miranda's got to you got to get the mic away from Miranda. She's going to ruin, because I thought she was going to be just screaming the whole time. It really would have made this even worse. But thank God she kind of stops after she realizes the crowd wants nothing to do with her. The girl yelling right now in the mic, she's that one with the long hair, Miranda Meadows.
Is it? Oh,
it is.
Oh, okay.
Yo, that's good. Hey, come on, please. I want to get the show started. It's not going to get started unless people make some
Get fucking lit. Get fucking lit.
Brutal. Brutality.
The show is not going to get started until people make some fucking noise. You're going to sit here.
Hold on, I got it. All right, everybody in the back. Hey, hold on. Help me.
So they start, fuck deaf noodles. You want some noise? Here's the noise.
Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf. Come on, please. Give me some more. I need some more. Please. All right. Okay. I guess they're ready. I guess they're fucking ready.
Okay, were there any? So the audio's going in and out.
I
It's a
know.
mad
Go to like 5:20. I just kind of want to see.
Yeah.
I know most people have already seen this. I mean, some people haven't, so I feel bad skipping.
Oh, and believe me, if you haven't seen this, please watch all this
Like,
on
every
your own. You
second
can
of
watch this as a movie. It's a cinematic piece from front.
Like, if you haven't seen any of this at all, please watch this whole thing. We just don't. There's too much going on to watch.
So
the whole
here's
thing.
520. Let's see
This
what
is just when
happens.
Death Noodles came out, and we'll see what he looks like.
So let's see. And it's silent right now. We have no audio here. Wait, why do I see like a skirmish here in the crowd here? You've got some people down here.
Yeah, what is happening there?
I don't know.
You might have a video of that from another angle.
I
maybe,
might.
if
I
remember correctly.
I might. That's going to be tricky. Okay, let's jump to another part. What's next here?
Well, maybe we should see.
That's okay. Just what's next here?
I know. I'm just looking for the
in the timeline. Yeah, we'll show them this stuff, and then I'll go back to the listener-made videos right after this. But I kind of just wanted to breeze through this. There's nothing much here.
Do you want to see the shove from this angle, or should we just watch
No. We'll watch that from our angle. Were there any other
I mean,
moments
everybody's
here?
kind of seen this version, so maybe we should just show our behind-the-scenes clips. And if you haven't seen this, but basically what happened is the entire thing went bad. Everybody booed Def the entire time. Everybody cheered for Salvo. It was a total reckless mess.
Yes,
and
it was a madhouse. And you'll see from our clips here from our archive. Now, these are the clips
that no one has
that
seen.
weren't online. So let's see where I could go. They're kind of out of order here. Let's see. We've got the push, Salvo yelling. Here, let's watch some of the, here, we can start here. Limo. Here you go. Beautiful. Okay, so here's an alternate scene of the limo arriving. Very nice.
Dude, Salvo's in this limo right here.
Beautiful. Okay, so great. That's exactly what we wanted. We started the night out right. Let's see. Random death on stage. Movie, make some noise for Red.
I feel like all of these will be good because I haven't seen any.
Okay, yeah, let's just go through them and check them out and see what we've got, because these were all, again, nobody has seen these. Okay, here, this one's just called Random Deaf Noodle on Stage. Let's see.
We can hear you.
Okay, so quite the shit show. So this is like how the show is going, right? It's
and
not
when we were
really
watching it from the live stream, like the audio would cut out and it would be silent for like 2 minutes and then come back on for 1 minute. Nothing was working. No one was making any jokes.
Yeah, so he really doesn't have much of a plan. The whole show kind of went like that. Some people couldn't even follow it at home. They didn't know what they were watching. Here's this one looks funny. Corey audience assault. So here's Corey. First, we'll start here. This is Corey. He's the big fat black, and I feel so bad for Corey because he's so bad. He's so out of it. He doesn't quite know. You know, he could fool you for maybe 10 seconds thinking maybe he's a real comic or something. Then it's instantly revealed he has no idea what he's doing. So here is Corey, and you'll see he's on stage. He ain't ready for this shit. And this is weird. I don't know if you guys caught this on the street. He takes his shirt off, and Salvo helps him. Very strange. Watch this.
You're obese, bro.
You're obese. Look at this. Oh my God. Did you see that? Wow. See, these are okay. So Salvo yells, "You're obese," and Corey decides, and a lot of fat guys do this, where they just panic and they start.
Happens on Kill Tony.
It does, where they gotta like take their shirts off, and then I've never seen anything like it. Salvo starts playing with his swangin' apes. Okay, so this is in this.
That's where the justice for Corey came from.
During the show, this is how the show's going. Let me show you that again. Look at this.
He's trying to do stand up, Corey.
So yeah. I'm so sorry. Yes, Corey is trying to do stand-up right now. This was Corey's time, and this is generally how the show went. So, okay, let me get to a nice zoom in here. Look at this. He lifts up. Oh, look at that. Ooh. And I didn't realize that, so Corey snapped. Look at that. Let's watch Corey. So you can see Corey turns from joking around, but after those titties got dangled, and look at that. I mean, this is really, what do they call it? National Geographic? Is that racist to say? This is geographical. Look at that titty being played with. Do you see this here? And Corey says that's too far. Oh! See, I haven't seen most of these. I was waiting to see him on the show. Okay, so let's see a little fake out. Scared Salvo, and it should. Look at that. Oh my God, really? When you zoom out, look at this beautiful. Watch this. When I go like this, hold on. Look at this swing. Wow. I mean, that's predatorial. Look at this. Look at this. And then Corey kind of turns around. Oh, okay. So I think this is a Red Bar listener. Look, he's getting grabbed by security. He looks terrified. And they're going to throw this guy out. I don't know what the story was behind this guy, but they're going to throw him out. I mean, this is how the whole. There was never a stopping point of this.
That's why you have to watch the full live. We'll post it. You've seen it posted.
Yeah, of course. Oh, wait, here it is. Let's see what happens in this. These were cut out of the stream.
Listen to
wow, they took him out. Yeah, it's really wild in there. Let's see what Corey does. Salvo's on stage. Look, I feel bad for this guy in the mask back here. You see this guy? He came with a mask. This was not what he wanted. So look at Death Noodles just on stage while his whole thing turns into mayhem. All right, let's finish this one up.
And look at our security guard in the background is just hanging out with the comics.
This is when, our security guard started, like, hanging out with the other black dudes.
He saw a girl that he liked.
That he liked, yeah. So, wow, okay, I'll write that in his report.
Because look at the way he's cutely giggling.
Yes, he kept flirting. You can see there's this window back here, and he keeps flirting with one of the babes back there. Really not doing his job. I mean, every time that Salvo needed him, he was nowhere to be found.
Look at him. He's having the time of his
Yeah, he really was. I'm glad he had fun. Just standing there. Look at this. What a scene. You know, at this point, Death wants to kill him. And look what's happening. I mean, this is just a scene from the club. We got more people here screaming. Everybody's screaming with each other. I'd say we ruined the show. Sorry about that.
I think we pulled it off. Or?
I sent Death Noodles a DM after this.
Oh, yeah. What did you say to me?
Here, I'll read it to you. So after this whole night had ended, I sent Death a final DM. Let's see if I can find it here. Death. Pull up or shut up, Death Noodles. Here we go. I said, hey, Death, sorry about the light prank. Should have answered my DMs. Bye! Lovely, huh? Sickening. And now we have to watch this. Look at this.
Now this is all the comics.
Yeah, so what happened? So interesting enough, he had another show where it was just going to be a bunch of loser comics doing 5 minutes each. No roast battles. When he saw that the whole crowd was ours, towards the end of the night, he started letting in the crowd for the second show.
That's a fire hazard.
Which was there so that he could get some support on his side. So that's why it's interesting that the crowd is kind of changing as we...
Because this was near the end.
And the night. All right, let's see what else we have. The after push angle 3. We'll get to the push here. All right, let's do push angle 1.
Did you want to see the original angle first of the push?
That's okay. These are pretty similar. So cool. It'll do that. So I'll show you all the push angles I got. And this was great. This was the clip that everybody took. The push angle got on Twitter. What was so great about this is that's all anyone had to see. You know, nobody cared about how this started, how it ended, how it got there. It was just Death Noodles pushing a man. That's it. Everyone covered it as that. It was trending all night.
He was an abuser. He was an assaulter.
I mean, really, everything we could have asked for happened here. Here, let's see. Angle 1 of the push. Very similar to the Will Smith slap, which Death Noodles was very against. He was an anti-slapper, very worried about the slap. And now the second biggest event since the slap is the push. Here it is. I was on the phone, yeah, so he gets up on stage. He goes, I'm talking to Mike David. And I was going to say hi to all the fans. We were sitting here on FaceTime, dying to say hi to everybody. And this is what happens. And I really think this led to Death Noodles. He's sitting back there, and then he's hearing my name being chanted. This really wound him up. There it is. Here he comes. And boom. And I love how Salvo snaps back. He pushed me.
The way he instantly bounced back and leapt.
Yeah, look at Corey. Look at Corey. Nah. So I thought that was great. He gets pushed, and the first thing he does is not fight back, but go, he did it! And we were, this sealed the night for. Really, to get a clip like that. And again, we didn't expect this. We thought it would just be some cringe.
We were happy with just the limo. We were happy for a light laugh.
So, of course, the push here. And we'll watch it from these other angles that you might not have seen. It's really ferocious. Look. Ooh. And when you were watching, when the live stream was happening, everything went out, okay? So the live stream went out during this part. There was no audio. All we saw was the push, and it was silent, so we really couldn't hear what was happening in the room while we were watching live. Thank God for these tapes. Ooh, he's furious. Look at this. Whoop. And today on Death Noodles' show, he's going, I should have knocked him out. I was going to knock him out, but wasn't quite sure. But believe me, if this happens again, I will knock you out cold. So there he is, and he's really screaming. Let's go for another angle here, the push angle 2. Let's see what we have here. This looks pretty similar. A little closer, maybe. Here, let's see this one. Everybody was filming. Let's see this one. And I think I got one from the side. Pretty similar. A little closer. Okay, so
I texted you the one that got shared everywhere.
Great, yeah, and I might have that. Here, let's see, push angle 3. Yeah, this was the one that got shared.
Oh, yeah.
So this was the good angle. And thank God to our wonderful listeners who were there sharing this
that
night.
The world.
Yes, here you go. Ooh. And our security is just smiling. I don't know why our security is smiling. I still can't figure that one out. All right, so there was the push. I got some secret video for right after the push. Now, this one was good, I think. This was right after
Did you want to see the push from the angle so you could, like, the mainstream?
It's okay. It's all the same.
Okay.
All the same shit. Here it is. Because I want to start getting through this.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got better stuff. This is the boring part that we all saw. I want to cover the good stuff. Okay, here is after the push. And I just started watching this video this morning. I thought there was some interesting. He looks very mad. Very upset. Whoa. And we haven't seen him this upset ever. He's always had the fake smile. Yeah, so none of this was in the stream, right?
No, not
this
at
speech.
all.
So this is what happened right after the push. And let's see, Def Noodles is finally going to try to get the audience to listen. Let's hear this speech here. Okay, let me go back just a little bit more. All right, listen to this.
You either sit down and act fucking nice until you get to your part.
Oh. Wow. Pretty cool prank. Look at him. Look at him. This would suck. Look at that guy. He's going to come out to try to save it. I mean, at this point, he's just spinning around going, damn it, fuck.
Now, don't
really
forget,
aggravated.
he begged.
He begged for this moment. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Maybe he's going to say something else here at the end. Sounds nice. Pretty black. I mean, pretty black night on the town, I'd say. Very, very uncivilized night. Okay, let's see. We've got, shortly after that, Salvo was escorted out, correct?
Yes,
by
at the
their
end, he
security
was
guard.
dragged out. Did you want to show that on the stream?
No, I've got it all here. These are
Okay.
better. Everybody's seen the damn stream.
I just didn't know if you had a clip of him being dragged out.
No. Yeah, I have one here.
Nice.
It's way better. Let's see. Push L3 makes some noise. Limo afterward. Fans get limo. Sorry. After. Did I just play? Is that the one I just played?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, hold on. Comedian conversation outside after. Oh, this was pretty funny. Yeah, one of the comedians is out there yelling with a fan. Here's one of the comedians for the night. Let's see how happy he is.
You're a comedian, right? So say something.
Oh.
You're so funny. You're so funny now, bro.
Turn the camera around the inside, nigga. You can go to porn stats first, nigga. The one who want to turn away from the camera.
Where were these jokes when you were on stage?
Hey, yo, we talking about
So that was the good Gavin shot. It was the comedians versus the audience in an all-night scream off. Very nice. Let's see if there's anything more here. Just yelling, harassing, which we didn't want to happen. Remember, we wanted this to be nice. Okay, let's see. Fans getting a limo afterwards. Push L3. Salvo yelling at security. Okay, here we go. So here is the scene of, we all saw on the stream, Salvo get carried out by this big security guard, right?
He got on stage, and then this security guard that he's confronting right now picked him up and physically dragged him out, and then the stream cuts.
Yeah, remember, the stream cut. Technical difficulties, we had no more. So here's what happened right after that moment. I love that. Wow, so yeah. I like that. See, somebody comes to Def's defense, and it's, fuck you, you trash bitch. Look at that girl. I love that. Mayhem.
And then he starts signing people's posters.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I like how he goes, get the cameras up.
Oh my god. Bro, Def Noodles' whole club is a safety hazard.
Look at this bitch. Everybody's screaming.
I pulled up and he shut up. I pulled up and he shut up.
This is weird.
This guy, that guy was a
great.
huge hit with people because at the roast, everyone, so anytime
The
any of
bald black
comics
guy?
would try to say a joke, everyone would just go, boo,
Yeah.
boo. And then that guy just kept going, you guys pay?
You guys
Um,
pay? I cannot fathom that. You
That's
pay?
weird. And he said, that's weird.
Yeah, so the whole night,
Like
this
700
blew
times.
his mind.
So that became a bit of a meme.
Yeah. There's Corey. Wow. Okay, so very cool pandemonium outside, and then of course
They're
I
saying,
think
do you have a video of Corey shoving someone outside? Because people in the chat who are there telling me that.
don't seem to have that here. Sorry, we'll make it
Email
available
to me right now
yeah.
at jules@redbarradio.net if you have any videos that we aren't showing.
Exactly. Well, again, we kind of want to just talk more about the aftermath. I mean, all this stuff is pretty much online. Let's see the limo afterwards. This was very nice. I like seeing everybody come together afterwards.
Yes, this
So
touched
here we
my
go. This
heart.
touched our heart. Yeah.
Mike, look how you brought us together, Mike. Look at this.
All the fans in the limo afterward. Very nice.
So cute.
Mike, this was amazing.
Thank you. Oh, I'm
No,
so
thank
glad. Mike, this was amazing.
No, you're amazing.
Thank you, guys. And a round of applause for everybody who went out to make this abysmal. So very nice. And boy, has it been blowing up. What was this trending the night of? It was trending.
Salvo is trending.
Damn, I can't believe he orchestrated all this. It still blows my mind. Like, it could have gotten much worse, but I think the push is as bad as it got.
Trending number 7 on Twitter.
Number 7 and Def Noodles was trending as well, and it went on and on. There were people broadcasting all night. Adam McIntyre, of course, covered it. This was my dream.
Hi, muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. We're here again.
So see, now it's like one of those bad movies about social media where they do like a bunch of parodies of influencers and stuff covering an event. That's kind of what this felt like.
We're here again. And just a quick brief before we get into this. Def Noodles seems to like when he does these little comedy roast specials, if you will, comedy shows. He really likes to have Adam McIntyre interludes. In his 2 shows that he's done, in both of them shows, has he included an interlude of me, like me on the screen while he's like backstage.
Okay, so he's going to cover the whole dang thing. Very nice. This
His
is my
video
friend
is the
Adam
best.
McIntyre.
He kills. You got to watch him.
But yeah, you've got them all, and we've got here's one that people kept sending me all day.
A couple weeks ago, I was the side character in some internet drama, though it wasn't
Moist Critical. Boo! We're coming after you next, boys. So apparently, this guy has 10 million followers.
Let me see if he like skips. 'Cause, yeah, like he
what we're all doing, okay? Listen to this.
real getting cooked. They got me
Pathetic.
strung up like a pig being rotated around.
And I'm pretty sure this guy knows what Red Bar is. Here, listen to this.
At first, I thought this was staged because it looks like something straight out.
Okay, so they just talk about Moist Critical. They were probably pissed off at him. Damn, I can't believe he owned Dennis. That is wild. Okay, so, yeah, let me tell you guys what I got in plan. So, man, this whole weekend has been crazy, just dealing with a lot of stuff. I'm planning to go to an MCR concert, but I still gotta wait on something first before I could fully decide on that. I'm thinking about live streaming it too, so it's gonna be interesting. What else? And on Deaf Noodles, I don't know, like, I am gonna continue, live streaming the roast battles and the whole comedy thing and whatever, but I don't know, as of right now, I just feel like, I feel like it's gonna, over time, people are gonna forget about it. Not many people were live streaming. Like, I was one of the few ones that live streamed it. Stream sniped it. But other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward. Hopefully I go to the MCR concert and live stream it. And probably some more roast battles. I think I'm gonna live stream them until, they run out, I think, because they said we're gonna do these until it's all dry. So yeah, I think that's where I'll leave that at. Well, thank you guys, and night.